Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational. I'm misled. With me is Dust Moret, and we are bringing you map number 1 in your consolation final here between Conquest and Counter Logic Gaming. CLG picks Train, so Conquest is able to get their side choice, and they're going to go CT side right off the bat here. You have to think that's going to bode well for them, at least initially.
Right, I mean, they actually kind of struggled on their CT side, though, against Luminosity. It was really their T side that kept them in that game, surprisingly enough, but we'll see if they can show us a little bit better here as they open up on the pistol round with an equal exchange, but CLG is slowly overcoming it here as they overwhelm this outer bomb site and get that bomb planted.
Yes, we're going to have a 4-on-3 now in favor of CLG with the bomb planted. Rick's going to be pushing up through the back lanes, but he's got finesse in his face, and low HP somehow survives the attack. They're going to work this down to a 3-on-1 now with just JDM left alive. JDM's got to be careful. Hits the first shot, looking to find Shazam. Takes down Shazam. Rick's is so low. He's going to get pushed here.
Whoa.
Rick's also, and JDM gets the 1 versus 3 clutch for his team, and a 4K on top of that. So that's Counter Logic Gaming grabbing that pistol away from Conquest.
I mean, what a roller coaster ride around that was, Luca. I mean, at one point, you really think CLG's got it. They're getting the opening picks. They're getting the bomb down. Things are looking good. Then all of a sudden, the retake from Conquest kicks in. They're getting frags, and it looks like they're actually going to take it away from CLG. And then right there at the end, JDM comes up with a big 1v3 clutch for the quad kill on the round to secure it. And so that is the lead going to CLG. They're not going to waste any time here as they begin to pursue this outer bomb site yet again. Upgraded scouts here from Conquest trying to contest, but CLG has made it in.
So we're going to have Ricks low on HP again. Daps is able to find a shot there on the Cutler, but Finesse and JDM will answer. Still one more player there in the ladder room, and that's going to be Nafla, who ends up peeking out, take down JDM, so they give themselves an advantage for just a moment and have the advantage again. So Tarek's got to be careful. He knows one should be back lanes. He has the bomb, and they don't actually know where he is, and they're We'll figure it out now once that bomb goes down. Yeah, one's going to be dropping down the ladder. One's going to be dropping down through Ivy, and he's going to be in a 1-on-2 with both players he's fighting against pretty weak on HP.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that's playing in his favor is he has the bomb down and they're low, and so he can just kind of play the angles and just defend this bomb. But, I mean, the fact Conquest made this round way closer than it should have been, you think it should have been a more comfortable win for CLG, but we'll see if Tarek can finish it off here as he's just trying to play as smart as he can.
They're going to initially get onto the bomb. They don't know where he's at, though. Both players off the bomb. He knows one's on it now. Sees Shazam, takes him out. Now Ricks knows, but time ticking away. Ricks doesn't really have a chance. Able to pick up the kit. Can't get onto it. No time anyways. Will die to the bomb. Tarek survives, and that's 2-0 in favor of CLG. But Conquest, though, getting extremely close.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they really did a lot of damage to CLG there. They're going to force up a lot of rebuys, and so they're going to limit the amount of economy CLG is going to build up early in this game. So that was definitely not the comfortable second-round victory that CLG was hoping for, but that is what can happen when you see those teams force buy up on the second round, which is oh so common nowadays. And so, you know, Conquest, though, they didn't get it. CLG got past that first hurdle, so they should have an easier time now as CQ aren't really too invested into this, but Rick's still finding a frag.
JDM's going to push up aggressively, though. Nafly and his teammate Rush both gone out near Ivy, and Rick's is able to find another one with the pistol in his hand. There it is. Hayes will finally take him down. So CLG, even though they're winning these rounds, they are losing a ton of players, and I think Daps might have got spotted. No, they still don't know. Now he's spotted. That lane, Hayes will finally get him. That is going to be a third round for CLG, but guns will be coming out from Conquest.
Yeah, and I mean, and the only official match Conquest has ever played on Train before this moment was against Luminosity earlier today, and they really struggled on their CT side. In fact, it was their T side that really kind of kept them close in that game, and they did wind up losing it overall. So, I mean, in this situation, Conquest really needs to kind of hunker down here and make these CT rounds work. That is the side that is favored on this map. And so you got to hope that they can put up some good numbers. Now that they got guns in their hands, we'll see what happens to CLG setting up pretty default here with the finesse lurk at Ivy and 2 in each of the other locations, 2 in the inner halls towards the T connector. JDM just looking for picks with this op for now.
We're going to have Finesse just right there, separated by a smoke from Nafly. He's going to wrap over to the opposite side of Ivy to see if he can get a seam shot down, but not going to be able to find anything. So far, Conquest playing slower. Same with CLG, not getting too aggressive, just waiting back. They know Conquest will be on a buy this round. No reason to force the issue too hard. Smokes will be going outside, and they're definitely going to split. One's going to be coming through T-Con, 2 down Ivy. 2 should be coming out the ladder. Smokes are down, and CQ is ready for it. Conquest knows, and they have to be careful. Hayes leaks out, able to take down Rix. Tarek finds one of his own, and this round is getting blown up. CLG doing well outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a good smoke wall here on the outer bomb side, plus that offered exchange at Ivy is going to give CLG the round. Poor Naf just getting lost in that smoke, and Tarek finding him first, and that was a big frag to get there, as well as just those opening picks in general. So good little set tactic in the outer split for CLG. It's going to give them the opening gun round and immediately force Conquest on to a save, or at least a 4 spot. We do see the CZs come out, but of course, not going to have the rifles, so a great opportunity for CLG to continue with this big lead at 5-0, so long as they don't get caught up somewhere.
I mean, so far, even though the rounds that they are winning, they're not the cleanest rounds. That was the cleanest round they've won so far. But still, they're winning the rounds. That's going to be, it's 4 in a row already, looking to be 5 in a row from the T side to start things off. At that point, realistically, all you're looking for is 1 to 2 more rounds, and your T side has been sewn up at that point.
Yeah, I mean, getting a 5-0 start like this from CLG is certainly a great position to be in here. You know, like you said, they can just get 1 more round. They're probably feeling okay, even if they lose out, despite, except for the feeling of losing 9 rounds in a row. You know, that would probably feel pretty bad. But in general, like numbers-wise, that's a good number to have on the T side of this map. If they can get more than that, then they're going to be in a really good position. Especially since they had such a good CT side too, Luke. I mean, they put up 10 rounds against TSM at Gamescom on this map, and they also beat Liquid, having a good play overall on the map in recent times. So you got to limit CLG as much as you can if you're Conquest on this CT side.
They need to start shutting them down. Rush does open it up. Shazam and Nafly will both answer. It's going to be up to Tarek and Finesse, and Tarek right there through the smoke ends up getting caught by Nafly, so it's all up to Finesse. 1v4 outside bomb site, knows Nafly somewhere to his left. You just got to try and slip through, and he will be able to catch Nafly. Unless Nafly hits a fast shot, not able to do it. He's going to be looking for him, and Rix will pick up Finesse, so finally Conquest get themselves around. But that's 5 in a row for CLG, so they're still going to have good money.
Absolutely, and that was just Conquest changing it up. They could kind of see that things were getting a bit rough there, losing, you know, the first 2 gun rounds, or the first gun round rather. So they crack out the double op, which this is a map where that's very viable to do on the CT side, especially. And Naf has of course proven himself to be a good secondary opera on the mini teams he's played on in the NA scene, including this one. Usually does too, but Train's certainly another map where he can break it out, and he had a huge impact in that round with those, you know, opening 2 frags. And here CLG going to slow things back down, kind of back towards their default, though Finesse isn't too deep on Ivy. He's more towards T-Connector, but now you see him heading in that direction. So we see that same outer split tactic we saw in the opening gun round. That was really, really effective. So we'll see if, in fact, it is what they're going to break out.
And right now, CLG has a great opportunity to reset Conquest. I mean, they were on max loss bonus. They win a round. If CLG can reset them here, that is going to bode very, very well for them. As you can see, Conquest economy not too solid at the moment. Majority of their players under $1,000, except for Nafly and Daps. But Nafly with the op at Ivy, able to take down Finesse, trying to jump across to get some info. And Tarek's going to bait out the shot and just end up throwing a smoke down and a grenade. You know, that was a flashbang. Thought he was getting naded, but either way, and man, they try and go outside, but the Molotov at ladder.
Yeah, these are some great counter nades here from Conquest, plus a nice opening pick from Naf. It's really hurt CLG, but they still have that smoke wall up. They're still trying to get out here and get this bomb planted, but the rotation's just too much, I think, from Conquest. They already have themselves in a 5 versus 2 now. We need some hero plays out of Cutler and Tarek.
Tarek's gonna find one, trying to get another one. Can't take down the rush, but Cutler will be there to trade that out. He's looking for Rix, able to work this down into a 1-on-2. He has the op of Shazam in his way to Z, and Shazam hits the shot, able to look down underneath the train and see his leg and hit him. It's going to be 2 in a row for Conquest now, and the reset didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's the secondary op of Naf is really big in that outer yard. I mean, I think the 2 times he's had it, he's pulled off at least 2 frags, so he's definitely done his job over there, over towards Ivy, but this round he's not going to really have enough money to comfortably afford to have the second op again, so he'll be on just the M4 silence, and that may help CLG out a little bit, who's had a lot of trouble dealing with that double op setup from Conquest ever since it got broken out. So we'll see how they respond here, as again, they open up pretty default. Last time they went for the heavy Ivy, didn't really work out. This time they are setting up those outer smokes again.
Going for it one more time. This time, though, this is not going to be a good round for them to lose as they finally bought out. Those 2 rounds in a row hurt their economy quite a bit. Eric's going to try and go through the flashbang. He will work his way all the way through, get all the way down by hell. He's got to be careful. Got to turn around. Rush is still right there in the mid lane. Rush will find him. Nafly is able to get one, and we have ourselves down to a 3-on-3 thanks to Hayes picking up the shot onto Rush. Bomb is planted outside. Nafly trying to work from the Ivy, and he can't take down Cutler. And Hayes should be able to pick up Rix here. Sees the barrel of his gun. And no, he doesn't take the shot. Finally, he does. Now they know where Daps is. 3-on-1. CLG is going to win this one. Yeah, Daps is going to go for the save.
Yeah, I mean, it's CLG just, again, running this outer tactic they've been running several times. You know, Conquest gave him a bit of trouble, especially players like Rush kind of playing the pockets in between the smokes and just grabbing frags here and there. But in the end, I think it was mostly Hayes there with the 3 frags on the round, really kind of helping his team clinch it in a critical moment in the round. And so it is going to put number 6 on the board here for CLG. And Conquest money is in complete tatters here. They're going to have to just use that 1 and 4 from Daps and a few upgraded pistols to try to contest against CLG, going for a 7th round where they have a huge advantage going into it.
So money back in favor of Counter Logic Gaming right now. As you can see, Conquest, like Dust said, not going to have a good economy, so they're not really going to be able to put together anything besides what Daps saved. Some upgraded pistols coming out between Rush, Rix, and Nafly. And yeah, JDM hits the fast shot to remove Nafly. And this should be a mop-up for them, and this is what I'm talking about. If they can get 7 rounds from the T side, you have to feel super comfortable with that. And this should be that 7th round unless something insane happens here, as Daps does have the rifle in his hands,
right,
but his 2 teammates alive only have pistols.
Yeah, that is true, and Rix is also really low on HP here with that CZ. He's trying to do a flanking maneuver here through T-spawn, trying to see if he can't get behind someone and shock him, which he might have the opportunity to get behind Tarek here, who does have that op, and he is just, you know, completely focused on the yard. He did just turn around to check his flank, but now he's back to watching it, and so Rix will be able to slip in here. He might get a free frag for his troubles, and he does. So he gets it back into a 3-on-3, but the bomb is down. There's still a huge disadvantage for Conquest, you know, not having much firepower left.
Daps does find one outside, trying to make it a second one onto Hayes, but Hayes gets battle out, runs out of ammo, he goes down. Rix will find one with the CZ, but he's very weak, as Hayes does have the gun, so Rix is going to try and grab a rifle. He will grab it and get caught, moving out by E-Box. That is going to be that 7th round, and Hayes getting himself a 4K, so CLG with 7 rounds from T-side, only allowing Conquest to get 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, in 2 rounds, Hayes has gotten 7 frags in that outer yard. Granted, that one was an eco round where he got the quad kill, or a force buy, rather. But he also had a triple kill in that other gun round. So, I mean, he's really helping, especially kind of late in the round in the outer bomb site. Like, we had the initial chaos kind of happen, but it's Hayes that seems to have bailed him out the past couple of rounds to ensure the man advantage and ensure the victory, ultimately. And we are going to see CLG with 7 rounds. Conquest forced to save again. I mean, they get some upgraded pistols, but I mean, this is just giving so much room to work with for CLG to establish a big number in this half, which would certainly not bode well for Conquest. But they ran against the same trouble against Luminosity and still managed a decent T side. So they're not out of it yet, but they need some more CT rounds for sure. 2 is definitely not enough.
No, not at all. But the double save coming out here. Not a full double save, though, because we do have upgraded pistols, which isn't strange for a save in CSGO. But the armor coming out between Daps, Rix, and Rush, and that should have evened their economy out a little bit. Yeah, they just evened themselves out with their teammates. But Shazam does find the initial P250 shot onto Hayes, but Cutler trades him. Tarek is able to find one of his own, or Tarek's able to find one of his own. And we're going to be 4-on-3 with the 1-man advantage for CLG. And, man, they have been outside heavy this entire game.
Absolutely. I mean, they've just been using these different smoke walls, just getting their aggressive riflers like Tarek and Hayes in positions to open up with JDM's kind of supporting behind them. And that's really what they've just been relying on round after round. And you can't blame them. It's been successful. They've really only lost 1 straight-up gun round from this type of play. But, you know, Conquest in a 3v3 trying to see if they can't steal a round away here. They have equalized it, but CLG seem to be holding on just fine.
CLG looking to grab themselves an 8th round here with only Nafly Daps left alive. Neither one of them are really going for it, but they have to be careful. Oh, Daps does spot Tarek out and long, but not really going to go for it. Nafly's going to try and find himself a gun. If he could get one, not going to have any luck. That'll be 8-2 as we hit round 11 in favor of CLG.
Yeah, so this is starting to get a little bit out of hand here for Conquest. As they are way down right now, but they are going to get a full buy back in. Shazam is going to have the op back in his hands, full M4s and utility for the rest of the team. And we kind of have to wonder here, CLG is going to keep taking cracks at this outer yard. I mean, why not? It's certainly worked out for them time and time again. If they do put some more pressure over towards Ivy, they're going to challenge Naf. He doesn't have the op this time either, so they might have a better shot, but Naf is playing the gap in this smoke, and he does get the kill, and he's going to be able to fall back as well. So that's Naf with another opening pick at Ivy. And on the rounds where he's been able to do that, Conquest has been able to convert them into W's. So we'll see if that trend will hold here or if CLG can put an end to that one.
We're going to be one man down for Counter Logic Gaming. That's to be JDM out of the way. Finesse does recycle the op, though, so they can hold on to that and keep that going. And I mean, Conquest at this point, they are bought out into this round. Not the healthiest buy in the world, but no need to spend the money on the head armor at the moment.
Rix is playing right under ladder. This is the first time he's been this aggressive, so we'll see if that's going to kind of stop what he's had to develop. Nope.
Not even able to get one out of it. So once again, CLG will be wrapping it outside. Rush will find one from mid lanes. To be Keller, and he's able to get Tarek, and here comes Shazam answering into it, but Finesse picked up off. Gonna swamp over to the AK. He's gonna be 1v3. All three players outside. Rush above him, and he can't even find the shot onto Rush, who gets himself a 3K and Conquest a third round.
Yeah, so despite Rick's adjustment, trying to play up close ladder, not really panning out, Rush comes up big. He's been one of the main defenders, you know, outside of Naf that has really been helping get some of the key kills early part of the round in that outer bomb site. And he comes up big with the triple kill there to finally put another round on the board for Conquest after losing the last 3 in a row. They finally have another one here, but CLG still has enough money to get something going, but it's not a lot. Shazam's already found the first frag.
JDM trying to trade that out, though, but Rush and Shazam, they are going to go on a tear there. Each of them picking up 2. Rick's got the final frag, and that is going to be 4 rounds for Conquest. But again, still, CLG with already 8 rounds, you have to think that they're going to be able to get some more.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to take a full save here. Probably they might get some pistols dropped from JDM, some P250s or something like that, but they are going to have to take the save as that force buy last round didn't really work. They wanted to try to punish Conquest economy with a money reset. They couldn't make it happen. Conquest putting up a really staunch defense in the outer bomb site that round, and so they put a couple on the board in a row to start closing the gap here, but as you said, it's still a good number for CLG at 8, and if they can just find one more this half, that would be pretty devastating given the trend of this thing. But we're just going to see an inner rush from CLG on the save, and it's not working out.
Trying to string together a few more rounds, and Conquest can, but it looks like they'll be able to get it here, and that will be a 5th round for them. After that inside rush was just completely demolished by Conquest, but CLG without rifles in their hands, not much they could do there besides try and get in and get the bomb down and get some money out of it.
Right, but they are going to get the full buy up here. They do have the op back in JDM's hands as well, but the double op setup is in effect for Conquest with Shazam and Nap both playing that outer yard and Shazam being able to quick rotate inner. And inner hasn't really been a site that CLG have challenged outside of that eco rush there. Curious to see if they might try it out with guns in their hands now, as we do see them just opening default, however, so we can't really read too much into this, but a lot of the time they've been going to these outer splits in this position. You can see the reaction from Conquest. All 4 members in the outer yard, no one even near that Z connector right now to help rotate inner, so they're really heavily stacked out here.
So into round 14 now. Conquest trying to hold on again, and CLG has only gone inside with that one time, and it was on that eco. And they're looking once again to go back to the bread and butter that they have outside to continue to try and get another round in their favor. If they could make this 9 rounds, that would be very impressive from T-side.
Right, but the double op is out, and Naf has been so great with it on Ivy in the rounds where he's really had that, and when he's gotten those opening picks, the Conquest has been able to use that man advantage to close out rounds. So we'll see if they can do it here, as we are going to see those smokes out. That smoke wall on outer bomb train is in effect, as well as the smoke on Ivy to block Naf out. Here comes CLG, but I think this is actually a fake. They're just sending 2 out here, but really it's going to be an inner hit.
Yeah, it looks like they're finally going to wrap in that direction, so we have Finesse outside, same with Tarek, just trying to confuse and make some noise. It looks like Daps is aware of what's happening here. He's able to get 1. That won't be enough. The bomb is going to leak down inside that bomb site. Shazam with the op, able to get Hayes, but JDM quickly trades him out, so we're going to get a 3-on-2 inside the A bomb site with the bomb planted. Both players rotate through Z into the back of the train. Oh, wow, Nafly stepping out with the op. They're able to take down JDM. So we've worked this down to a 2-on-2. Both CTs pushed up to the site. Both players from CLG are going to be all's area. Napflash is going to rush up into the AK of Derek and end up going down. Finesse will close it down onto Ricks. We have a 9-5 scoreline as we hit the final round of the half.
Yeah, I mean, CLG throwing their first fake of the half on the T side. I mean, Conquest had certainly got, you know, a good knowledge for the fact that CLG have that tendency to just try to do those outer bomb site splits. That time CLG does his fake, and I have to say, Conquest didn't really bite on it too hard. I mean, Daps held his position. Even Shazam had that op on Z-Connector assisting him, but CLG still able to get the better end of the trades. A lot of good opening picks from JDM, in fact, that particular round. But the double op is still out here for Conquest in the last round of the half. They still had enough money for it, and CLG just going super fast outer here.
Yeah, able to take that outside bomb site. Relatively easy here. Haven't dropped a player yet, but Shazam's trying to find one through the smoke as the bomb just gets planted. And now all CLG has to do is hold on, and Finesse is going to have to pick up some big frags here. He's got 3 players. Whitehall is able to pick the first one that tries to go down ladder. Got to be ready for another one. Flashbang drops down to right as Macy hits the second one. Daps is down the ladder. Finally trades it out, and just like that, Conquest is getting mopped up here. Only going to have Napfly left alive, and Tarek from Hell will grab him, and that's 10 rounds from the T side in favor of CLG.
And I love the play calling there from CLG in the last rounds of the half. They throw their first fake of the half with, you know, that same type of outer look that Conquest is used to seeing, but then hitting enter and trading very efficiently there to secure round. And on the very last round of the half, yes, they've been hitting outer a lot, but it's always been pretty slow, right? Kind of waiting until the last, you know, 30 or 40 seconds of the round to actually make the hit, whereas there, they just come out immediately as fast as they possibly can. So they up the tempo on their outer hit and kind of maybe catch Conquest on a little bit of an off timing, not expecting it so fast. And so they put up 10 on the board on the T side. So really, really well done. But we can say that Conquest managed some good T side against Luminosity earlier today, actually. So there's still a chance they can make this a closer game. But the upset seems pretty unrealistic, especially when CLG has shown they have a good CT side on this map. I mean, they put up 10 against TSM at Gamescom. They played really well against Liquid recently in PGL from CT,
I mean,
so I think they should have this.
With CLG already having 10 rounds going into CT side, you don't have to have a decent T side. You have to have a great T side to win this thing.
It's a very good point.
Decent is not going to get you 10 rounds.
Decent's going to make it a respectable score line, but if you want to win, you're right. You got to put up a phenomenal T side, and they got to start with the pistol round, right?
Yeah, it's going to be huge for them to try and grab the pistol here, but CLG will do very well with pistols in their hands. See if they can hold on to that from the CT side, as it looks like it's going to be a fake inside, and they know it now. Finesse does a bunch of damage to Sam. Can he get away in time? Geek out from JDM. Got to be perfect with it, but not able only to get one, so Daps will get the bomb planted inside. We're going to have a 3-on-3 as all the CTs are rotating over. Tarek's already at the back of Pop Dog. Cutler and Hayes are right there at Z. Hayes is going to push up towards Pop Dog now also. Daps in the site. Tarek doesn't check it. Right behind the planted bomb, so Hayes has got to get up on bomb trade. He will find the shot on Daps. Ooh, almost got dazed. But Ricks and Napfly will shut it out. And Conquest does pick up a pistol. Yeah, I almost called him dazed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Conquest wouldn't mind having dazed right now, but that's just going to be good old Daps. You're close, both in-game leaders. Both names start with DA. Like, I can see it.
I thought Daps is a much prettier human being. No offense, Sam. Sorry.
I don't know, man. Sam actually looks. Have you ever seen that movie, The Intern, like the Google thing with you know what I'm talking about? Or like they work for Google, the two old guys internship at Google.
The Vince Vaughn.
There's like this little shitty nerd kid with glasses in that movie, and Daze looks exactly like him. Not to say that Daze is just shitty kid with glasses, but you get my point there. But let's get back to the game here, as Conquest did do the deed of getting the pistol that helps them get back into this, but they need to follow it up with some more here. It's a really good CLG run for their money.
Yeah, so we're into round 17, and Conquest needs to get both of these anti-ecos if they're able to. But CLG can do well. Finesse has already taken a bunch of damage, as you can see, up on top of Palm Dog, down to 16 HP already. And Conquest doesn't want to get too greedy yet. They have the gun advantage here. They just have to be able to hold on. So Finesse from Pop Dog, the initial man to see any terrorist, and he just falls down. Cutler does some good damage, but not able to find a frag either. So JDM with the scout misses his initial shot, or actually that was Hazed that missed that one, and JDM's just going to go save the scout now.
Yeah, chat lighting up there on my comments here, and we also have a situation situation where Conquest is lining up the scoreboard. They're getting some rounds. They won the pistol. Looks like they might be able to close off the 3-0 pattern, not even allowing JDM to save there. So this is certainly the start that Conquest needed to get back into this game. And hopefully they can close out this last one too. Shouldn't be a problem. CLG aren't going to have anything really invested into it, given they're going to be saving for the next round. So this should be, Conquest being able to put up 8, and then from there, we'll see if they can scrap together some more and make this a good game.
Yeah, they're able to get this next one. That's going to help out a ton. That's going to bring them close. That'll be 10-8. And then it's going to be all about doing good things on the gun round. But look, Counterlogic Gaming going to get aggressive out towards Ivy. Going to send 2 in that direction, as Conquest is going to be trying to set themselves up with some smokes outside. Trying to go through T-Con and ladder. It's going to be a full split outside. Here's the Ivy guys. They have to rotate very fast. ADM tries to push up and take down Shazam. Can't get him though. So look for the trade attempt to come out here from the players rotating out of Ivy. And the Tap picks one up at ladder room. Picks a second one up there also. And it's all up to Hayes with just a pistol. And he can't find anything and goes down. So that is Conquest with 8 rounds.
I mean, there it is. They close out the 3-0 pattern. That's exactly what they needed to do to give themselves some type of launching pad in this half that, work on the comeback. But now it's the opening gun round. This is going to be their first real big test, right? They don't have to deal with the op. JDM doesn't have it, which is going to limit his impact for sure with just the rifle in his hands. But still, some very powerful fraggers with those other M4s. But there is also some pretty low utility here on CLG. They don't have a lot of counter nades to work with. And it's going to be a really fast outer hit here from Conquest, and they don't have much to counter it with.
They are going to get some trade outs, but not enough to keep this even. They're only able to take down Rix, as they only going to have Finesse and Hazed alive. We're going to have Finesse try and work down ladder. He does have Rush right there waiting for him if he does try and make the drop. And his teammate Hayes has already worked his way up into one lane. He's going to take down Rush, so ladder player out of the way, but Shazam trades out Hayes after he got the frag, so it would be a 1 versus 3 for Finesse to try and beat Naflight, Daps, and Shazam. But it's not looking like he's going to go for this at all. He's just going to save the rifle, and Conquest is able to get that initial buy off. And, I mean, they're only 1 round down now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Conquest playing true to the style that they're known for, which is that hyper-aggressive T-side. I mean, with the Rix and Rush being those lead entries, they didn't get any kills, but they caused the distractions. And Naf, kind of that X-Factor player, the very versatile player. He gets 2, Shazam with 2 with the op. And they just swarm that outer bomb site so rapidly, and I'm sure you're going to see that quite a lot. It's what I'm used to seeing from them on pretty much every map in the pool. Like Cobble, they're really fast B stuff, which we'll see later. And even against Luminosity earlier today, that was something they featured quite a lot, and they're good at it because they have those aggressive riflers on that team to do it between Rix, Rush, and Nav.
Yeah, I mean, the firepower is there, and we talked about it earlier. You don't just need a good T-side here. You need a stellar T-side to bring this back. And so far, they're having a decent one. I mean, they got the pistol round, they got the anti-ecos, they won the initial gun round. I mean, there's still a lot of counter-strike for them to go to be able to win this from the T-side. And trying to make it outside right now, going to get some pistols here. It's at least working out. They've worked it down to a 2-on-2 with Finesse, the last one left. He gets mopped up by Shazam. And so Conquest has tied this up from T. We're 10-10 on the scoreline. But I mean, Counterlogic Gaming will be back onto a bye, though.
Yeah, I mean, we have, like I said, seen CLG in the past have some really good CT side on this map, which just matches the meta of the map. But so far off to a slow start. They've only really played 1 real gun round, right? So this is their second opportunity. In the meantime, Conquest, I mean, they're doing the right things. They had a really tough first half on their CT side, only getting 5 rounds. That certainly was not the start that they wanted, but they've come out with 5 in a row here, winning, the opening gun round as well as, having that 3-0 start on top of that. So they've tied it up here, and they're giving themselves a real chance to actually make a comeback effort. We'll just see if they can keep it up, as they have slowed things down quite a lot. Looking for more just pick stuff here, which is Shazam's op at Ivy.
So Shazam with the op, as Dust just said, at Ivy, trying to work something there. They actually have 3 players in line at Ivy at the moment, where CLG is just kind of spread out, not really too aggressive anywhere, playing real deep in the back lanes on the outside bomb site, and the 2 inner guys are both near the bomb train. Nobody getting aggressive up into the halls, and nobody's really forcing the issue at ladder or in T-Con. This might work out a little better for him, playing a little bit more passive, just working the angles and forcing Conquest to try and make some hard peaks.
Right, as they are just edging their way out. Ivy, Hayes in the corner, gonna get caught by Nap. Good opening there. JDM tries to respawn, but Rix is right back on top of things, and they have the man advantage as they begin to take this outer yard from the back halls. But Tarek, he's still up and he's still holding them off. But man, he falls too, so the trades are just going in Conquest's favor.
Yeah, so far, Conquest looking good on this T side. They should take the advantage here, unless Cutler and Finesse can come up decently big. Shazam with the op. He's going to go for the repeat. Cutler, you have to hit that shot. Finally gets it, and he escapes. Not punished. And it's just going to be a 2-on-2 now. Finesse now knows where at least Rush was. Molotov's going to go down. Can Cutler get away from it? It's going to be a 2-on-1 now. Rush down towards the back of Hell, and he tries to peek out on Finesse, and Cutler pushes up on him. We'll catch him from the side. That'll be Finesse getting the defuse. And just when we thought Conquest was going to be able to take the lead from the T side, Counterlogic Gaming answers, gets themselves a CT-sided round.
I mean, it looked like Conquest was going to get an that opening pick, and even after that, yeah, CLG was getting back into it, but Conquest is always trading a man ahead up until the very end. Cutler comes up with the hat trick in the late part of the round. Big round. You saw Rush get forced into a 1v2. I thought he played it really smart, you know, mauling off Cutler, keeping himself in 1v1 battles, but just in the end, Cutler, when that fire dissipated, was able to catch him, and that's a round in the books here for CLG, their first one of the half, but Conquest still have plenty of money. They're still posing a big threat. They've had a good T side thus far. We were discussing earlier, they need to have a phenomenal one to make the actual comeback happen, and here is their next opportunity to try to do that.
So into round 22, CLG would love to string together 2 rounds. Economy on Conquest was more than enough for them to piece together a buy. Well, not even piece together, it was a healthy buy. If they lose this round, that would be a piece together buy with 2 of their players over 5K, one at 3,800 now, thanks to that frag. That's Shazam. They would have to drop Nafly because he is bought out thoroughly into this one, and probably Rush, but they might have enough money to make that happen if they even drop this round.
I mean, good opening pick on Tarek, though. I mean, that's a good start, certainly, for Conquest. They're starting to edge over towards the inner bomb site. This might be one of our first gun round inner bomb site hits we've seen the entire game.
Just waiting still. Conquest does have the one-man advantage over Counterlogic Gaming, and they're doing very well here. This is quite surprising, actually. I didn't think Conquest was going to be able to do this, even though they played well on this map earlier. I didn't think they were going to take a team like CLG this deep and do this well from the T side. And JDM hits the shot on the Rix with the op. Gotta be careful, drops right into a Molotov. Not quite enough to do too much burn damage to him, but bomb is planted inside bomb site. Shazam will find himself an op shot, looking to get another one towards the connector player. He's actually going to bail out, and that is going to be both of the players from CLG just conceding this round. They're going to back up and just commit to the save, so Conquest will tie it up 11-11.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give credit here to Conquest. They're fighting really, really well. They're changing it up, too. They're being pretty versatile. I mean, yeah, they're known for their highly aggressive, quick pushes, which they did at Outer a couple times, but now they changed it up. They go for a little bit of a slower pace inner hit. They're able to hit the picks. I mean, Shazam has been really good with this op on the T side. He's had several multi-frag rounds with it, helping them open up the bomb sites here. So, well done, as he is, in fact, the top fragger there with 21 frags. So, I mean, he's definitely having his impact here.
Now that the game is tied up here in round 23, Counterlogic Gaming doesn't have a good enough economy to make a full buy, but they do have the 2 players that were able to save their guns. That's JDM with an op and Cutler with the rifle that was saved. And they're going to have to try and come up big here for their team, get some good frags, get some guns dropped into the hands of their other teammates, which would be Finesse, Tarek, and Hazed. Don't have anything at the moment.
Right, and JDM is going to be able to get the opening pick, however, so despite the low economy here for CLG, they have found the opening pick, but Rush immediately trades it out, I guess you could say, as he does find Tarek on the ladder, also finding Cutler in the outer bomb site. Hayes with the P2K. I mean, they can't collect these guns, though. CQ's just too fast at trading.
Yeah, so JDM's going to be the last one left alive with a gun. Vanessa is going to try and take down Shazam. He should be able to get him. He does get him, grabs the op. Got to be careful here. They've worked it into a 2-on-2. And it's going to be 2 hops trying to get a retake. Yeah, can you find Rix? Ends up missing the shot thanks to the smoke. And JDM gets bought, hits Snaplight. No, Rix is right in front of him. Can he get the one first one? It doesn't get the shot.
No.
Hits the leg, brings him all the way down to 15 HP.
Oh, my goodness.
And wow. That
what
was
a round.
Very fast shot.
What a round that was, man. I mean, you think CLG shouldn't have a chance, but JDM, if he just aims a centimeter higher, That's a round one with a crazy clutch at the end. But Conquest, they breathed a sigh of relief there. They dodged a big bullet. Not quite dodged the bullet completely, but, you know, put it in their leg instead to secure the round in the 1v1. And they will go ahead and take the lead now, up 12-11. So let's see if they can keep this up. They have CLG yet again. Not a fourth by this time. In fact, a full save, but Cutler taking it, finding a frag, but Rix is at least there to stop him from doing more damage. And we are on a 4-on-4.
Yeah, already 4-on-4 here. CLG's going to be onto just a pistol by this round. Not enough money to get anything going, and that was such a close round with JDM. That was so heartbreaking that was a leg. Just as Dust said, just a little bit higher up, and that would have been into his abdomen, and that would have been a kill, and a defuse and a round win coming from CLG, which would have put them up one round instead of Conquest being up that round. So even trades coming out now. Looks like Conquest is going to try and work their way down the B ramp into the bomb site right there at Pop Dog. There's going to be JDM and Tarek. They're both able to pick up shots. Actually, Finesse grabs one. He's down below the ladder. Can Tarek get out with the pistol? No, Rix will get him. And Daps is controlling that bomb site for his team as Hayes will be the last man left standing. Tries to peek out. He's able to take down Daps. Works it into a one-on-one. If he can wrap around Pop Dog, he can find himself a rifle.
Oh, he doesn't find it. He's hiding in the smoke. Makes the play anyway. Oh my goodness. And it was actually kind of neat to see that from a third-person perspective to really get an idea of how Hayes was kind of just, you know, moving around the site, you know, working around the trains and just, you know, avoiding Conquest members and getting himself ideal duels where you could just try to straight up out-aim his opponent. And I mean, what a big round from CLG. They're saving. They're just on the upgraded pistols, and Hayes comes up absolutely huge to tie this game back up. And you got to wonder if that's going to be the one round, the Thorn and Conquest side, that stops him from progressing and actually making the comeback happen, because that's a big round to lose. Those are the ones you got to close out if you want to make the comeback happen.
Yeah, that's absolutely rough, but CLG prompts to them for coming up big with only pistols in their hands to make that happen, and I thought Hayes was going to wrap all the way around Pop Dog to get a rifle to have a good chance in that, but didn't matter. Smoke faded, pulled out the deagle, wrangled that thing in, and got the final frag, and got a round one, so they tie it back up 12-12. Now Conquest in trouble economy-wise.
Yeah, I mean, Naf is just on the deagle here. Not that he's, you know, not effective with it. He's a good aimer, so he could definitely pull a Hayes himself and maybe drop somebody with that, as we do see them trying to edge their way up Ivy with that deagle. Hayes is going to be posted up on the corner to watch this, so we should see an engagement here in just a moment. It'll be up to Naf to try to work his magic, but he gets sniffed out by Hayes.
Yeah, so Hayes ends up opening it up there. So the good thing about that is you put Naf out first, the one player with the pistol. He gets a feeler, gets some information. When he goes down, it's not really that hurtful. Of course, you would love to have not be down a man, but if it's the pistol that goes down instead of one of the guns, nothing is too bad with that.
Yeah, we are going to see them setting up for the outer smokes here, and Rush is going to be kind of the key guy next to Rick to try to open up this site, but he steps out a ladder and gets caught with the smoke deploy, and before his team could come support him on the T-connector, and so CLG are just picking them off, but Shazam has found one. He's got it into a 2v4, but they're out of time.
Shazam.
He's out of time.
He almost got caught right there trying to work his way back through T-Con, but he is going to get away. They have to save. And that'll be CLG going up 13-12 with Conquest next round. Not really going to be able to put together a buy around those, so look for upgraded pistols to go around that AK and op.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to be getting in, you know, $2,400 this round, so that's not really enough to work with when they've already bought down so much that last round. So we are just going to see them get some upgraded pistols, some Tech 9s behind this op and AK. And this is still enough to do some damage. I mean, the op on Shazam has been good this half. He's had several multi-frag rounds with it. If he can find some openings, they still do have a chance. He looks like he is taking that out towards inner. Maybe he just looks for a pick, and they just try to flood the site with those Tech 9s to get in there and get a bomb plant. That seems to be the idea.
And that's the direction that they're going to be trying to work this in, but both Finesse and JDM very aggressive. Oh, JDM kept hit the shot. No, he ends up going down to Shazam.
What?
Oh, Finesse.
Shazam!
Wow, and he kills
Sorry.
his own. Yep.
Sorry, Ronnie, was probably what he just said.
Yeah, I mean, well, it used to be sorry, Corey, but...
It's sorry, Ronnie. It's close enough.
Yeah. Well, you remember that, the video,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, of course. Everyone does. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ronnie.
I'm trying to grab another one, but jumping by Hayes, and Daps is going to go down to Cutler. And just like that, CLG brings this into a 2-round advantage for themselves. They're going to be 14-12 over Conquest, who is now struggling. And all of a sudden, it's like CLG has life again in them that we weren't seeing in the second half.
Yeah, it's funny enough because a lot of the times TKs don't necessarily have the biggest impact depending on when they happen, but that one really did. When you took out one of your entry fraggers before you could even get out and do you any good, and he's had a really good game. You know, he's your top fragger with 23 frags, and he got in it prematurely there. Of course, that wasn't the only fault that Conquest had. They just lost out on the trades in the end on that inner rush. So good hold there from CLG. Conquest still able to get the AKs out, and also a lot of utility. And they don't have the offense Shazam's hands, but they still have a lot to work with here. But look at this, Hayes getting hyper aggressive on Ivy for the first time. Could backdoor some of these guys coming out of Team Connector, but he needs to work fast because outer hits are hard again. He'll just back off. He'll come back and help from Ivy.
Yeah, Tarek right there in Z Connector, able to get some good damage off. Takes down Napfly, bombs into plant. He's going to try and spray down on the rush. Not able to get it, but JDM finds one on the Shazam, so off out of the way here. Conquest needs to pick this one up. And the bomb is going to be planted outside. Rick's trying to find JDM, gets him as Daps does take down Finesse. They work this into a one-man advantage for themselves. The ones at least at Ivy. Tarek pushes out towards E-Box, will go down to Rush. Now it's all up to Cutler. He knows one is going to be at E-Box. He gets spotted there. Ricks rotates all the way back around towards CT. And Cutler in trouble. He's not going to be able to pick this round up. Time ticking away. Doesn't really have a chance in it. Can he get the shot on Ricks? Yes, he will. But quick trade out from Rush. And Conquest will bring this within one round now.
Yeah, I mean, not letting that last round get to them. That blunder in the inner bomb site, they come right back with a big outer hit, and they make it work. As Shazam continues to, brush off that TK. He's still putting out good numbers there. Ricks as well with the rest of the team. Actually not too far behind. Even Daps is putting in some big numbers, which I know at times he's kind of gotten called out for being the low fragger, which is to be expected of an IGL, I guess. But, I mean, he's at 17 frags right now, so he's certainly doing his job here in the fragging department. And they have CLG on a save, so a great chance to tie this up at 14 all. And then from there, it's open to anyone at that point. Hayes does peek out Ivy, does spot 3, and begins to back off.
It's so heartbreaking. You win 3 rounds in a row. As soon as you drop 1, you're going to be on to an eco round. But Counterlogic Gaming was able to get that 3 rounds in a row rolling based off of an eco round win for themselves. This time, though, Conquest is not going towards the inside bomb site. They're going to focus outside.
Right, it's just because those rounds were so close, so many rebuys, and eventually it catch up to you, and that giving Conquest a little bit of a window to try to put this thing at a tie as they're playing it pretty slow and cautious, just making sure they don't get caught by any gimmick pushes, just working picks, just working slow, but they do begin to start working outer. But Cutler, double scout on the Shazam, takes him down. Tarek up close with the CZ. Cutler with another headshot. He's just working at heaven, getting all these kills.
And Hayes is going to come up back up from below. He sees Daps trying to get that Deagle off. Daps very low. Any body shot from the Deagle doesn't matter. JDM picks it up with the CZ. This round is going in their favor until Finesse goes down. Cutler with the scout, though, got himself 3 already. It's just Napfly now. Time ticking down. And Napfly gets spotted. Deagle from Hayes to Days. Hits the headshot with the Deagle. And again, CLG pulls a pistol round eco off. And that's against Gun.
And that's really going to be the 2 rounds that everyone's going to think about if, in fact, CLG wins this game now. It's those 2 key losses from Conquest at a critical moment in the game that has really allowed CLG to hold them off. I mean, let's face it, this has not been a comfortable game for CLG by any stretch of imagination. Of course, the first half was, but ever since we flipped sides, CLG has also struggled on their CT side as Conquest did, but it's been those 2 key 4 spy rounds. I mean, Cutler just, with the scout, just hitting some crazy shots there.
Great job by him, able to get that round going in their favor. Hayes and Ivy, possibly the last round of this thing. They're shutting it down. The 2 players trying to rotate through CT. JDM hits Sam and Rick's last one left. 1 HP. He's got to do it for his team, and that'll do it on map number 1. 16-13 victory for Counterlogic Gaming. Now we look towards map number 2.
I mean, we've had some great games today in this iBUYPOWER tournament. I mean, that semifinals from Conquest and Luminosity really went the distance on every map. Conquest again goes the distance here against CLG, but just can't quite get it done. They lose 2 really key rounds in that second half on 4 spies from CLG that really not only caused them to lose a round, but you saw in the last round they couldn't buy as much as they would have liked to because of that previous round loss. So that's basically 3 rounds, maybe even 4, that had a huge impact on losing, and it was solely based off of losing 2 anti-ecos there. So I don't want to beat a dead horse, but that is really kind of the key thing to pull from this. I mean, both teams played really well on the terrorist side. but it was CLG being just a bit better, being a little bit crafty with some anti-eco rounds, or excuse me, force buy rounds to put that one away in a close fashion.
Yeah, that was a good job there. And I mean, if you look at the scoreboard that you guys are seeing right now, the two big step-up players are Hazed and JDM. One thing that CLG was criticized for quite a bit when they brought back JDM was JDM wasn't fragging. He wasn't doing what we expect JDM to do. And that has changed quite a bit now. I mean, he's opping very, very good now.
Right.
Maybe not as good as we've seen him in the past, say a year and a half ago, but still, he's getting back to that point, and that helps out so much for CLG.
Yeah, I mean, he really is. Like I said, when he's on top of his game, he can be the second best opera in North America behind Skadoodle. The only thing that really limits him is his rifling ability to back it up when he can't afford to not. But I mean, he can aim really well with that op. We saw him have some big rounds this game. We saw big round out of Cutler there with the Scout. We saw Hayes with a couple of big rounds with the Deagle. So it was, pretty much everybody chipping in there. It's a pretty tight frag distribution over on that CLG side, and they do, in fact, take your first map, which is Train. Now, our second map, it's going to be Cobble. It's another map that CLG has a good track record on overall, especially in recent times, though they did just drop it earlier today, having a really tough game against Liquid, and we know that Conquest actually has a head-to-head win over CLG on this very map from just a couple of weeks ago. And Conquest can certainly play Cobble as well. So we might have another nail biter on our hands coming into the second map, but it is going to be Conquest who needs to secure it if they want to force that third map and still have a chance to take the third place finish. Remember, it's $2,000 up for grabs in this third place match, but CLG does have the one map advantage. But we will take a quick break before moving on to map 2. So just stay tuned, folks. We'll be back shortly.
WD Black Performance Storage represents a new breakthrough, designed specifically with content creators, gamers, DIY system builders, and creative professionals in mind. WD Black's stable track technology reduces vibrations so you can create more, and it's backed by an industry-leading 5-year warranty. WD Black Performance Storage. Higher capacities, more possibilities.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational. This is going to be map number 2 between Counterlogic Gaming and Conquest, and I'm misled. With me is Dust Moret. And then map number 1, very, very tight between these two teams, even though we thought Counterlogic Gaming was going to run away with that.
Yeah, I mean, CLG has a good track record on this map, especially on the CT side. Some big games against Luminosity at Win Outland, even displaying a good T side against Navi at the last major. But Conquest does have a head-to-head win over CLG on this map in the recent times in the CEVO Pro League. They also beat Luminosity early today in an overtime game and displayed a really balanced play, able to get good rounds on both halves. So we'll see who will edge out just a bit better here as we are in this pistol round. Looks like Conquest is staging up at B, which they're so known for just attacking this site relentlessly. But yeah, you saw the finesse that you mentioned that, but he got caught.
And I thought Finesse was going to have a little bit better of a hold out there. And again, Conquest going to wrap this back. They're going to throw those two players. No, actually, I thought they were going to go up mid and try and pinch down, but they're not. They're actually just going to send everybody back into the B halls and try and wrap all the way through towards the platform. So it's up to JDM and company to hold here. Cutler's going to be close. Tarek's able to take down Rix, the initial man out. They got to be careful, get some more frags, and they're getting everything that they need so far. Cutler doing great. Hazed is in the mix now also, so it's up to Daps. They know he's in the drop room. All they have to do is just hold him there. Cutler up close. Cutler goes down to Daps. It's going to be a 1v2 now with the bomb dropped in the B bomb site. No reason for CLG to get super aggressive here.
Yeah, Daps is going to try to edge us out to the window. He's going to try to see if he can't win this 1v2 clutch, but he's running out of time. Only 21 seconds left on the clock here as he's still just stuck in the Skyfall room. He's slowly edging his way out. He's just trying to look for two 1v1 battles. He doesn't want to get caught in the crossfire, but he doesn't really have the information. As he does begin to step out, he will just get caught on his way to the bomb. So that is CLG taking the initial round here. And like I said, they're a team that can roll off with some big CT slides, but they did struggle today against Liquid. So we'll see what CLG shows up today, because they can be quite a good Cobble team.
So Counterlogic Gaming able to take round number 1 away from Conquest. They should be able to get the next two anti-ecos, hopefully, in their favor and make it 3-0.
Yeah, they get a lot of P90s here. So, I mean, that gun is definitely known to be the anti-eco gun.
Yeah, the Pro 90 is pretty savage.
Easy 90, PZ 90. We got any more? I think that's it. I think we killed them all. I think we got them.
Pro 90 is just the best. Sounds too good.
Yeah. Unskilled one though for Cutler. This guy is slacking.
No, who needs skins?
Skins make you play better.
Is that what it is?
Thought so.
Man, I guess I've been wrong my whole life, but either way, Conquest trying to get focused towards A, and Apple able to find a long 1-dig there onto Hazed, which is going to open up a little bit, but Cutler, we've seen him anchor this bomb site so many times, and he's doing it again. Gets 2 before he finally goes down. It's up to his teammates to rotate. Finesse, you have to hit that with the FAMAS there. He's going to look down. He ends up making up for it, though, as he's able to take down Shazam, who is right in front of him, and he ends up getting caught out by Rix. It's going to be a 2-on-2 with 2 Tech-9s. Now a 2-on-1. JDM jumps right out the window. He can't get out, and Rix will melt him, and just like that, Conquest gets themselves an eco round victory over CLG.
I'm surprised JDM just jumped out at the P90 like that. I mean, those two guys were low on HP. The bomb was down. Jumping out into a Tech-9 seems pretty ill-informed. But yeah, he got caught there. And so the long D of NAF came in big there, and then Rix closed it out with the Tech-9. So they steal a round away from CLG there. We do have a pause. Apparently, he has that buy bug with the res messing up, so he just has to fix that real quick, and we'll be right back into it. I'm sure this pause won't last very long.
Yeah, it should only be a couple seconds here before this thing gets fixed, and then we can get this back underway. But yeah, that's heartbreaking if you're CLG. And again, a little ill-informed with the jump out the window. He could have, or jump off the balcony there. He could have just picked up the player inside the bomb site, and then he would have got fired on from below by Rix, and all he had to do was just back up. Bombs still had not been picked up yet.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
Had the advantage.
I mean, I know you want to close this one with the P90, because, I mean, that's what it's known for, but you're going up against Rix. He knew where Rix was, because, I mean, he just got another 2 Tech-9 frags, so I think JDM just maybe rushed it a little bit too much there. That's going to cost him the round, as Conquest will now tie it up and force CLG into a double save situation. But CLG, they had those those eco round wins on train a couple of times, and they get the counter boost with Finesse, and he's able to take one down, but that's it. And so it looks like we are going to see a B hit, but look at this. CLG's all here already.
Yeah, they need to hit some huge pistol shots here. It's going to be a thorough beatdown. Cutler's going to go down, and we actually have a frag going out in favor of CLG. It's going to be Tarek who makes that happen as JDM goes down with a P90 bot from CLG last round. So Tarek in the smoke tries to get away, but Rix was too fast. Did not allow him to get a frag onto his teammate, and that's a 3K for Nafly. That's Conquest with 2 rounds now.
Absolutely, and I mean, CLG gonna have to take another save here. That's what happens when you get that money reset as a CT, and so this is giving Conquest a little bit more to work with here to start building up a lead on this terrorist side, as they won't upgrade too much, and that's a good idea. Just keep your money banked up. You know you're going up against just pistols. And we'll see if CLG can pose another threat here on an anti-eco. They did that several times on Train, and they got a couple of kills that round, but I don't think Conquest was ever in any real danger of losing that one. And we'll see if they can do it again here.
Just trying to hold on with those, with the upgraded weaponry in their hands will be Conquest, and CLG once again. A little bit heavier play towards that A bomb site. They're going to have 3 in the B bomb site, excuse me. 3 for sure in there, and they're going to try and play through the legs of the statue here. But that spot gets checked so much now, they have to know 2 are at statue. I wonder if they're going to check chicken coop, so it's up to that chicken coop player to step out as Finesse takes Zap down at the drop. The coop player still hasn't peeked yet. They just got him smoked. They're trying to hold on here. They still don't know he's back there.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be JDM just hanging out still. Hasn't committed to it yet, doesn't need to because his team is holding this. Now he peeks out, gets a dink there onto Rix, brings him all the way down to 43 HP as Rix picks up Finesse. They have to be careful. They only have pistols here. Going against Rix, he pulls out his pistol. He doesn't know where JDM is, and JDM moves over, picks up a P90. There goes Hayes. They've worked it all the way down into a 1-on-1, and Rix is pretty sure that JDM is no longer at the coop. JDM just don't over-peek here, and he's going to over-peek and gets taken down by Rix. They had a 3-1 and ended up dropping it.
Yeah, thank Lord for Rix is probably what Conquest is thinking to themselves right now as he saves the day. I mean, Conquest have time and time again suffered with these anti-eco rounds against CLG in this series. But Rix bails him out there with the quad kill with that 1v. I think it was a 1v3. It might have even been a 1v4 clutch there, but definitely at least a 1v3. And that's a hero moment there for Rix, so to speak, to get him out of trouble. But here comes the gun rounds now, and JDM, he's going to have that op at B. Tarek's also in that area, and that's going to be the key matchup because they love to run Rix and Rush and company out on this side, on the B platform. But JDM and Tarek can be so effective on dealing with this. As you know, a lot of operators will play that A side, but JDM is one of those guys that will play the B side most of the time. And if Conquest if it's in their game plan that they have hammer away at B, that's going to be a tough defense to deal with.
So round 5 underway here. Both guns bought up, or both teams bought up with guns. Wow, that was an interesting statement.
He got it out.
And yeah, Tarek actually only eats about 19 damage worth of fire there to get the frag onto Nafly. That's going to give them that 1-man advantage. So let's see if CLG can turn this around and start working this back in their favor. Hayes up there in the A halls. He's going to have a good position. Cutler picks up 2 before he goes down. Very fast frags. That'll make it a 4-on-2. Here comes the rotates from the CTs. They know, they have a feeling, and that feeling is correct. The bomb is going to be right there in mid. They drop it down. Hayes gets both Rix and Shazam to close it out. CLG only down by 1.
Yeah, I mean, when CLG's on form, their CT side combo can be very powerful. I mean, getting those 9 to 10 rounds with no problem, and it's just based off of being able to have JDM put that op at B to put up a staunch defense, and they're only able to do that because they can rely on Cutler to get enough frags and hold enough time to allow the re-rotate back with it. And so if they can play up to a form, they should be able to initiate that game plan throughout this half and put up a good side. But Conquest has already shown they can play CLG tight. They've already beaten them on this map before. They have to do a little bit of a force buy here, but we'll see what they can come up with. See if they can't try to tie this thing, or hold off CLG from tying it, rather.
Into round 6. Oh, Taps, what a great opener there onto Hayes. That's going to be huge for them, as it's not the greatest, most even buy in the world for them. But they're doing what they can here, and you have Taps open it up with a Tech 9 in his hands, able to take down Hayes, one of the bigger fraggers from Counterlogic Gaming. That's going to help out a lot. I mean, between Hayes and JDM, that's where the majority of the frags came from last map.
Exactly. I mean, Hayes is going to be one of the other A-site defenders, but he's already down, so on this force buy, Conquest have a man advantage, and they're going to use that to try to press in this B-bomb site, but JDM is here with the op, but he's missing his shots. Finally gets home.
Ooh! Wow, got a quick one there. Looking back, he's completely blind, though, and Shazam will capitalize on that. And Cutler on the rotate. He's going to be the last man now, 1v4. And Conquest is going to come back from a little bit of a deficit here and put themselves back up by 2 rounds as soon as Rix takes down Keller.
Yeah, I mean, it's just them dealing with that B defense very well. Limited JDM to just 1 frag, picked up Tarek without allowing him to get anything. And that's big if you can take down those 2 players without them having, you know, a real impact in the round. That's going to help you out a lot and securing rounds on that side of the map if you can keep that up. So it is, in fact, going to be CLG who have to take the save now. They will upgrade their pistols, and we definitely have seen them challenge Conquest pretty well on rounds like this. So it's going to be up to Conquest to see if they can't take care of business here in a more clean fashion, despite their history of struggling to do so.
So round 7. And already a nade comes out from Nafly towards the drop, able to take down Finesse. And again, Conquest working towards the B bomb site. Had good luck here, and it's working out for them, at least so far, thanks to that nade. So they're going to try and work their way out. Tarek's going to be there to try and defend, and Rix is going to pick him up pretty easily. Here comes the CTs on the rotate. B-bomb that has been taken now by Conquest. Only JDM is going to be alive. He tries to push out. Pistol in his hands. Can't take down Rix. And Rix with a huge 4K on the Eco and Counter Logic Gaming. That'll be them, or that'll be Conquest up 5-2.
That's also just a good call from Conquest to nade stack that counter boost. I mean, CLG loves to use that counter boost, especially on save rounds. Even you'll see sometimes put JDM's op up there, funny enough. And so Conquest just take care of a player immediately off the bat by just reading that trend. And then, as you stated, I mean, Rick just took care of business inside the site. And now CLG, you know, buying up here, but it's not the best. I mean, there are only a couple of FAMASs here, so Conquest has a real opportunity, and they will just storm out B yet again. Rush leading the way, already on the stairs and finding JDM.
Dabs, Nafly, and Rush all are getting into that thing. That's going to be good frags in their favor. Only Hayes left alive now, and Conquest, every time they're taking this B bomb site, they're having a ton of luck with it. Even the round where it was just Rick's 1v3, he was able to make that happen. So this is looking rough here for CLG. Not able to hold on to that B bomb site as Conquest just storms away right through it, and Rush picks up Hayes. And out of that drop room window, gets himself a 3K that round. And round 8 is in the book, 6-2 for Conquest.
I mean, they're doing it here on the T side of the cobble. I mean, that's something they did earlier against Luminosity as well, being able to put rounds on both sides of the map pretty well, and they've opened up, you know, in a good fashion here. We'll see if they can just keep it up as CLG forced to stay. So it's really been 3 rounds in a row where CLG really hasn't had an optimal buy. They've only had the op on JDM's hands in like 1 occasion. He didn't come up with much with it. So definitely some of the key players on the CT side for CLG being really limited on what they've been able to do production-wise. As Nat does find the opening pick on Tarek here, and Conquest could, you know, keep racking up their rounds if they can keep this form.
So round number 9 underway. Tarek is already down for Counter Logic Gaming. They are on an eco, though. It's just pistols coming out for him. So you can't really expect too much, but, I mean, ecos for them before were their bread and butter on train. I mean, they got 2 of them that worked out huge for them. See if they're able to get another one, but it doesn't look like it so far. And Avlight gets the AK headshot onto Finesse towards the B bomb site. Bomb down neutral location. And again, Conquest just working slow. JDM trying to sit that one out. Feels comfortable, tries to step out, waited a little bit too long. Naflight burns him down. And that's going to be hazed once again on the rotate from A. He has a P250 in his hands, and he's just going to hold on to this thing. Maybe try and get somebody hunting him.
Yeah, it's going to be his goal here. So Conquest will get a 7th round here on the T side. So CLG has already been denied, you know, the opportunity at getting a double-digit CT side, which is something that they have done fairly often, but in recent times they haven't quite done it as much. And it's again Conquest limiting the CLG. But look at Hayes; he's only got a couple kills. He picked up an AK, but Naf will in fact hold him off from saving that. So good catch there from Conquest. And they dropped a couple players, yeah, but they still have plenty of money, so it's not too big of an issue. And we'll just have to see here. CLG will be able to fully buy up here. They're going to be able to put the op in JDM's hands. And they need him and Tarek to really step up. Those are their 2 key B defenders, and both are having an off game so far.
Yeah, not looking the greatest. I mean, Conquest up 7-2 as we hit round 10. CLG struggling here, but hopefully they can rally and make a game out of map number 2. Because remember, they took map number 1. If they want to get 3rd place here or secure 3rd place for themselves, they have to win this map, or they're going to map number 3, and then it's do or die at that point for both of these teams. So they both have a win. It's going to get interesting.
I mean, the only good thing is the 3rd map is Mirage, if I remember correctly, and I think that's definitely a map CLG would be pretty highly favored on against Conquest. Yeah. So they have kind of that safety net, so to speak, but I'm sure they'd rather get it done in 2. after already playing kind of a grueling series against Liquid, a disappointing one. I'm sure they wanted to try to put this thing away and get that $2,000 and then step away now, but Conquest is certainly giving them a big challenge here, looking to try to force that map 3, as they already have quite a good T-side on their hands. They're going to see how much further they can push it, as we see them slowing things down here. Not quite the fast hit anymore, just kind of slowly spread out across the map, seeing if they can't find some picks.
So CLG just trying to hold on if they're able to, but again, Rix working an entry frag, able to just step up over the drop and hits the shot there onto Finesse. That's going to open it up, make it a 5-on-4 now. Bomb once again working towards the B bomb site, but Hayes might have a little bit of luck here, able to take down Shazam, so it evens it out 4-4. Tarek, or excuse me, JDM has to be big with the up, only gets one before he goes down. It's up to Tarek, he gets one, then traded out, so they've evened it out. They made it a 2-on-2, but bomb planted at the B bomb site again. And so far at this B bomb site, this is the best CLG has done realistically, and it's still only a 2-on-2.
Again, Tarek and JDM not a single frag defending this B bomb site, and that's big. They're being limited so much here. Or excuse me, I guess they did get one each.
They just won 1-1 trades.
Yeah, so that's still not what you expect out of them, and it's just been Conquest doing so well. Hayes tries to clutch it up, just can't do it in Conquest. I mean, they're dealing with this B bomb site efficiently, I guess is the better way to put it. Even when Tarek or JDM are getting frags, they're not stringing them together, and Conquest is always staying a man ahead and securing the site.
So we're going to go into round 11 with Conquest up quite a bit now, 8-2. CLG is going to just kind of piece together here a buy, not really a force or anything, but upgraded pistols coming out. We got a grenade, a flashbang, a 5.7, and a scout all out between their players. Finesse trying to drop that grenade down, only does a little bit of damage to Rix, brings him down to 83, and Rix has been working the drop very effectively. Able to get some good kills out of it, able to peek down, at least take one player out, and put a ton of pressure on the Counter Logic Gaming. And again, Rix will do it. He takes down Finesse. So, again, working the drop, doing it very well as Rush is able to take down JDM. Aggressive out in the corner over there at Balcony.
All right, so another force buy around here from CLG. This time, Conquest dealing with it rather well. They haven't even suffered any real damage just yet, and that's been kind of something that they've struggled with throughout this series, so they're doing much better in this particular situation as they look to go ahead and put up to 9 rounds. CLG just holding their ground here in the B bomb site, where it seems Conquests are gathering up again. That seems to be the tendency of this team to do that, and we'll see if they can come up with it here.
Tarek going to be in a good position. Can he line one up? He does get the first one. Jump Scout gets out from Cutler, doing good damage. Can he get it? Yes, he finally gets it. Looks for Rix. He should have taken him down. He was low enough to get him in one shot, but Rix gets another 3K. Conquest goes up 9-2, and CLG has to start getting some rounds.
You were hoping that Cutler was going to crack out another scout round like he did on Train, and he does kill one and damages a couple others, but just wasn't quite enough. So they don't get it done, and Conquest puts up now to 9 rounds. So definitely turning things around here. After a close game on Train, they're really pulling way ahead of CLG here on Cobble, which is quite surprising, to be honest, but not too surprising, I guess, as well as Conquest have played. Now they're going to kick up the tempo again, just a super fast B rush, and they're just overwhelming this defense, limiting them to 1 frag apiece again.
Finesse and Cutler do chime in there, so they do have the one-man advantage until Rix takes down Cutler. They know Finesse is in the drop room. He tries to peek Shazam a little too quick for him, so Hayes again on the rotate. Good flashbang. That's going to halt the advancement of the Conquest players as Rix, with the bomb, will actually jump up and run back through the B halls. Shazam is going in that direction too, so Hayes hears this and knows players are running away from him, but he's still got to check just in case it was some sort of fake. Wow, feek. I don't know what a feek is, but
I don't know either, bro. I
don't know what that is.
Than me.
Yeah, but apparently...
Someone look that up.
Yeah,
actually, don't look it up. You might go to a weird place on the interweb, so...
Yeah, so Hayes just going to bank on the fact that maybe they're trying to wrap back to the B bomb site. He's got a 50-50 shot at it, but nope, they are definitely at A. He hears some grenades going off. Now he knows he's been faked out. He's going to have to go on the hard rotate all the way up to that A bomb site as Rix will get the bomb planted.
Right, so at this point, Hayes is going to have to pull off a miracle here to close this out. You wonder if he's even really going to go for it. I mean, it is maximum loss bonus, 3,400 coming in next round, but that's still going to mean a really tight buy. But yeah, I mean, they're still low on rounds. He kind of has to go for this, and let's see what he can do.
He's going to push up. He's going to initially see Rix, and doesn't matter. Rix will take him down. That's going to be 10-2. And again, we're in that situation. We can't overstate that enough. CLG has to pick up rounds.
I mean, look at Rix. Like, this guy has just been growing in the NA scene. I mean, he had that good showing with Tempo Storm at the CVOS Even 7 finals, even at the Cologne qualifiers, though they didn't qualify. He had a good individual showing. And he's putting up big numbers here against a B defense that is notorious for being pretty excellent in the NA scene of Tarek and JDM. But, I mean, they're being limited so much here to one frag apiece or none most times. And, I mean, they're just overrunning that side of the map time and time again. They've had such a good T side thus far. It's really looking like they might be able to force that Mirage. And look at this. Everyone at B for CLG. They know they've been struggling holding this. And now this has opened up the A side. Great call from Daps to change it up.
So round 13, Counter Logic Gaming trying to get themselves a third round if they're able to. But it's just looking rough for Conquest over at that A bomb site, working through the halls. And again, like Dust said, this is going to be the first time that we haven't seen CLG really focus on the air or have anybody at that A bomb site. And it's going to get them punished here. And wow, Napoli able to take down Hayes in the connector after the smoke goes down. Finesse already on the rotate. CTs know they've been duped at this point. They got to get over there. Napoli catches another player. Drop a Molotov up there. It's going to be really tough for CLG to get out now into this bomb site.
Yeah, I don't really see it happening here, but I mean, they have to go for it, right? Oh, no, they don't. I guess they'll just try to save these rifles for next round. So Conquest 11 on the T side. This has actually been one of the lowest CT scores I've seen CLG have on this map in recent memory. I guess the only other time would be against Liquid. So this has definitely been a good run here from Conquest, who have done so well. Especially players like Rix. I mean, he has just been dominating this half. Naf and Rush, kind of the other two aggressive riflers, have also put in their work. And you can see the defense here from CLG. Their numbers, not so good. Really struggling.
Yeah, nobody really able to find a foothold frag-wise from CLG. That's rough. I mean, Hazed and JDM were your big fraggers at the end of map number 1. Between the two of them, I mean, 7 frags for Hazed, only 5 for JDM right now. On the other side of things, again, Rix doing very, very well. He was the top fragger on Train, and again, he's already the top fragger here. We're not even half-time yet.
Yeah, exactly. As we do see Hayes trying to creep out here on mid, catch a kill, but Rush not going to let him have it. And so that's already CLG starting a man down in this round, and they're going to try to do a little bit of a counter boost here with Finesse using a smoke for cover to try to edge him out. Rix is spamming it, but not quite landing it. He has to hold his own. He will grab the kill, so he's even to back up to a 4-on-4, but we'll see if CLG can actually pull out the victory. They need one so bad.
Yeah, they have to get around here. They even it up. They made it 4-on-4. They're at a huge gun disadvantage, though. I mean, as you can see, JDM with the FAMAS, same with Finesse. Finesse has already taken quite a bit of damage. He's all the way down to 39 HP. And Cutler already over. Can we see a little bit of magic here at A to take down Daps? They need to get that frag, and JDM can't hit the shot. So Cutler alone at A, even though the bomb's going to B. He needs to take down Daps, and he will get it even 3-3. But Conquest going back to that B bomb site where they've had so much luck. And it looks like they might be again able to take down Tarek.
Yeah, Tarek has just not had a good game this game. He's normally the impact rifler for CLG, but he's struggled on the CT side thus far. And it looks like Conquest are just going to lock this one up unless Cutler has some type of magic going for him here.
Yeah, Cutler, though, he's going against Shazam at 5 HP, Rush at 25, Napoli at 22, so some very low players, some shots. If he can make some easy shots here, doesn't have to do a lot of damage. Look, just one more, and then he can work this into a one-on-one, Napoli, but they're both going to be hiding now, time ticking down. He doesn't have a kit. He's got no time for it. He's just got to go back and save his rifle for the final round of this half. And, man, Conquest getting dangerously close to making this a 13-2.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen CLG be able to put up some good T numbers on this map. Like against Navi at the major, they put up 9. And I mean, they can have a good T side, but I think this might just be a bit too much, man. Conquest are just playing so well this map. Really getting a lot out of the 3 main riflers on the team. Shazam and Daps haven't done much, but they haven't had to be honest. I mean, the rest of the team is just flowing so well. Everyone's doing their job here, and Conquest has put up a phenomenal number on this half.
So final round of the half here, CLG has been struggling so far. If they can make it 12-3, that's not horrible. That gives them a little bit of breathing room. But either way, they drop the pistol round. Even with 2 rounds or 3 rounds, they are definitely in dire straits.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can't believe it's come down this low of a number. Well, I mean, like I said, there is a lot of their B defenders are struggling. It's probably been the biggest story, but just overall, they just haven't played as well as you're used to seeing them on this map. And Conquest taking full advantage of that as they open up again here, this time on the mid slope with Rush, as they begin to work this A bomb site.
So Cutler going to be trying to rotate into that A-bomb site to defend. One-man advantage for Conquest. They have the gun advantage here. They have the round advantage, and they've been looking good so far. Bomb down in the B halls. Not really too aggressive coming out from them to try and get this. They know they have a huge lead here. They don't have to get too crazy with this round, but Cutler, look at this, right there around the corner from Daps. He's not even going to look, but Daps is completely blind. Does Daps end up seeing him? Yes, he will see him. Ends up taking down Cutler, so that's going to be 5-on-3 now in favor of Conquest. And man, there's two players rotating over to that A bomb site to defend. JDM does pick up Daps, makes it a 4-on-3. But Tarek got to be careful here at the chicken coop, looking to find Napoli, ends up taking him down, tries to get the bomb planter, will get the bomb planter. And where was this play from Tarek that we've been missing? Rix will get him, traded down, and we're 1-on-1 now. JDM, he's going to rotate over. He's got a rifle in his hands. Shazam does have an op. Shazam's going to be trying to plant this bomb down. A safe location. He does hear JDM, but
Doesn't
runs
quite
out of time.
No, I think he just missed that by like half a second for that to play out all the way. And funny, I think that's actually the only multi-frag round Tarek had the entire half on that B side of the map, and at least it gets them a third round. But you got to think this has gone a little bit too far for CLG to really be able to recover. I think the most I've seen them get on this map on the T side is 9, so that would be, you know, shy of actually making the complete comeback. But we'll see. I mean, if CLG really wants to, do they really want to try this in 2 maps? They're going to have to dig real deep and have just an amazing terrorist side. I mean, the pistol round is obviously the first step. You lose that, Conquest pretty much has it in the bag already. But even then, even if they can get pistol, they still have a lot of rounds to reclaim to try and catch up with Conquest.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a very, very tough battle here for CLG to come back and take this within 2 maps. More than likely, we'll be seeing that third map, which will be Mirage. And again, to talk about it, I think CLG, at least in my mind, is the better team on that map. But what's interesting about it, I've talked with you before about it, is all the players from Conquest throughout their different teams, like individually wise, Mirage had been one of their better maps. Nafly was nuts on Mirage. Rix, Rush, Daps, Shazam, even too. Throughout the different teams they've been on, Mirage had been one of their best individual player maps. But we've seen them play together as this unit on Mirage, and it didn't go the greatest for them.
No, it's not. I think they've lost Mirage every time they've played it so far, in CEVO at least. I know they lost to 3-Up, CLG, and Liquid on Mirage. So there's the head-to-head matchup in favor of CLG for that. They did have a win on Mirage against Mythic when they were trying to qualify for this major, despite losing the entire series overall. And that's the only time I've seen them play it. So I guess that's like a 1-3 record on Mirage. So not quite the most attractive resume, but yeah, I guess that's like the one safety net that CLG kind of has. Then is the fact that their map is randomly drawn to Mirage. But we'll see if Conquest can at least finish out this map and get it to a map 3. It looks pretty good so far, but CLG has penetrated this A bomb site, and they're in there deep with the bomb.
So trying to work that all the way through. Let's see if they can keep this going in their favor. They have to try and pick this one up. Otherwise, it's not going to go good. They do almost even it out right there. Daps doesn't go down somehow as Cutler and Hayes both pick up frags, but Hayes down to 2 HP. They were all the way up into that A-bomb site, but one's going to be on the slope, and Rix is going to have a good angle here. He needs to get a frag, and he will find Finesse. Does a bunch of damage to Cutler, brings him down to 25 HP. But I mean, Daps is weak. Nafly at 100. Rix down to 61. They know Hayes is right below. They pick Hayes up, and this could be very bad if Cutler can't clutch this, and he can't do it. Conquest is going to grab themselves a 13th round, and 2 anti-ecos after this. That's going to be rough.
That was just so well played from Conquest, actually. Like, you could see they did a double long A push on the CT side with everyone else kind of playing default positions. But when CLG made their push up the mid slope, Conquest just kind of absorbed the pressure. They just kind of allowed that to happen and just made sure they set themselves up to reclaim the site later. And that's exactly what they did there, is they will win that thing out, only losing 2 players in the process. So a pretty dominant pistol round. And CLG, with the bomb plant, will just immediately go to buying. I mean, they'll get the Glio and the AKs out on their 2 entry fraggers. They'll get the Tech 9s to try to back them up, and they're just going to try to make a play for it here and now. I mean, this is going to be pretty much all their chips that's being put on the table right in this moment to try to see if they can't stage a comeback.
So now, CLG buying into this as much as they can. They're trying to work their way through B, but they eat a little bit of a grenade there. Not a ton of damage into him, but Rix with the P90, this could be rough. You gotta get unblind. Can't take down JDM. Sprays out some damage, but it wasn't enough to secure the upper B hold. And Naplight's just gonna get spammed down by pistols there between the Galil, the AK, and the P250. Ends up going down. So Jump Scout gonna be coming out here from Shazam, and CLG might pick up this eco. They're up 5-3.
I mean, they put all their chips on the table here. They went all in on this round, and so far it is working out quite well, unless Daps and Shazam can bring it back. But it's a 2v4, and Shazam's already out of the equation, so it's up to Daps. 1 versus 4 with the P90 and the head armor. A couple of players are low here, and he's damaged another, but I don't think he's going to be able to do this. He does hear JDM flank him. He will pick up that one, but he's running out of time, and I think CLG might have just done it.
Ooh, Dabs does find another one on the color here. He's going to be looking back. Now let's get a force Tarek to rotate back, and Hayes is looking. They don't know. Dabs is, now they know he hasn't gone for it. And Dabs ends up killing Hayes, too. He's low on HP. He's got to back up to get away and save this P90. Gets himself a 4K, but that is a round win for CLG.
It is indeed, and I mean, maybe that's the start. But with the score that Conquest has, it's still going to be just... it's going to take a lot from CLG, I guess, to put it as simple as I can, given how bad that first half went. But, I mean, they've taken the first step. They lost a pistol, but a good recovery to force up and grab that second round. And we'll see if they can build up on that. Because, I mean, Conquest is in a situation where they're going to have to sort of double save. I mean, they do have a couple of guns in this round, but if they lose this, they'll be on next to nothing next round. So that's going to help CLG out a little bit.
Yeah, right there up close, able to get the initial one onto Finesse as CLG just exploding into that B bomb site. They have the gun advantage in their favor. And Conquest here with some upgraded pistols, or 2 upgraded pistols at this point, 2 USPs, a Tech 9 and a P250. Well, they're trying to rotate their way over, and actually we have a very, very deep flank coming out from Rix. And at this point, Conquest has just set themselves up to try and get some exit frags and steal away one of these 3 AKs or that P90 if they're able to.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're hoping for here. The nade does hit, so they might have an indication now that there's a couple of people sitting outside the window. As CP will just keep holding firm. They do catch JDM, so that is a P90 they can pick up on rush there. Rix also has an opportunity to catch a couple of people who aren't paying attention, but Cutler picks up on it. Doesn't allow Rix to do any more damage. And so CLG will now make it 5-13. There's been some guns collected here. I mean, Naf collected a Galil. Rush has the P90. Shazam picked up a Tech 9. So even without making any purchases, they have a little bit of something to work with here to try to steal it around away from CLG. It's going to be up to, you know, the guys over there in blue to try and make sure they don't let that happen.
So round 19 getting underway. CLG gonna have the gun advantage once again, but Conquest does have those 2 picked up, or well, 1 picked up rifle, 1 picked up SMG, and then they have 2 CZs coming out, and they have a Tech 9. There goes the Galil already. So Rush just waiting and ends up getting caught by Finesse. Tarek gets 2, Finesse gets the other one, so it's up to Daps and Shazam now. Shazam's already worked his way into the drop room. Daps will find Tarek, but it's gonna be a hard press to try and get that rifle that was dropped, as it is on the other side of that doorway between the connector and that B bomb site, and all of CLG is looking in that direction now.
Yeah, I mean, this round's obviously going to be over here as we, you know, go over to what should be kind of the first straight-up rifle round coming into the next round here. As Shazam will make it a bit better as he picks up an AK. If he can say that, that'll save some money on one of his teammates next round. I'm sure Shazam will look to have the op, but he could pass that AK off to someone else if he can, in fact, escape, which looks like he should be able to. But, I mean, it's going to come down to these matchups again. I mean, we saw Conquest winning the matchup at B against CLG. I mean, putting Rix and company up against Tarek and JDM and doing quite a lot of damage with it. Now it's going to be up to Hayes and Tarek on long B, trying to battle up against, you know, people like Rush and Naf. It's going to be over towards that B area, you know, trying to get past those guys. That's going to be the key matchup here.
So CLG able to pick up a couple rounds in a row for themselves after dropping the pistol, but we have Conquest onto a buy now. Remember, Conquest, all they need is a few rounds, a few quick rounds, and Finesse, look at how fast he's down through the drop. Flashbang doesn't work out in his favor. He has to slow down, but Hayes follows him, and we're going to have 4 players in the drop room already with only 1. That's going to be the Bomber, not working down that direction. They have a good hold into B. They just got to catch these guys trying to enter in. And Rix will get 1 before he goes down. Cutler strings that into 2 frags. And Napli and his teammate are going to be their Daps. Both looking to try and stop what CLG has going on here. And again, it looks like from the T side, both teams easily able to storm their way directly into this B bomb site. Unless Napfly can prevent this from happening, and he will prevent it at least for a little bit. Gets 2 before he goes down. And that's 7 rounds for CLG.
I mean, really the only difference is CLG do implement Skyfall a bit more than what you saw Conquest do. They can get pretty heavy there, smoking off the window side and just kind of using that as their main entry. They did split up their entry fraggers. They put Tarek at long B, they stick Haste and Skyfall, and they work it that way. Don't get me wrong, they still have their strong long B hits too with the pair sticking together and working out that way. But so far the matchup on that B side was won by CLG, and it means that Conquest are going to be forced to save here. And I mean, all of a sudden, CLG starting to put some rounds together here. I mean, Conquest still has a comfortable lead, but they need to be careful. They don't want to let CLG give them any hope.
Ooh, Tarek is able to take down Daps, and Conquest on this eco round, they have a large advantage here, so they don't really have to push the issue too hard. They would love to get away with an eco and kind of halt the momentum of Counterlogic Gaming, but at this point, it's still 13-7. You still have a large grasp on this game. But Napfly gets one, traded out fast by Hayes. It'll be 4-3. Bomb going to get planted in the A bomb site, and CLG very defensive.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to give up any more guns here to Conquest. They know that they need to keep their money, you know, in line because they still have to make the comeback climb. So just trying to make sure they don't give up anything here for free. They did lose one player, but that gun has not actually been collected by Conquest just yet, and Hayes has his eyes on him.
Yeah, Hayes very close to being able to take down Rush. Sees his head, just got to get a little damage onto him. Will collect it finally. But Shazam in a great position here. Look at him. The flanking here. He sees Hayes, but he misses all of his shots. And Rix will peek out. He gets the shot off, but he's not going to be able to get any of those guns. Now he has to try and run back. And JDM is going to be watching for it. He heard a gun drop somewhere. He's trying to find it, and JDM takes him down with the op.
Poor guy.
It's going to be 8 rounds for CLG.
Yeah, still plenty of money, though, for Conquest. And get the M4s out, and Shazam will have his op. And, you know, he plays kind of the more common style, having that op more towards the A side of the map as opposed to JDM, who had it more towards the B side. So we'll see if Shazam can do some work with it there on that side of the map. And again, just seeing if Rix, Rush, and Naf can deal with the B side. Those are the strong riflers for Conquest. But on the opening gun round, Hayes and company were able to win out that matchup. And Hayes is going to be that guy working the long B platform, their defaults as well. So we'll see how they deal with it. They're going to boost 2 players up. So Conquest putting a lot of emphasis on long B, not even paying attention to Skyfall, which is something that CLG like to use. So that could be something to look into.
So just hanging out and waiting. Both teams going to be onto a bye here. Conquest trying to prevent CLG from gaining any more momentum.
Nice.
It's going to be Napfly who does take down Hayes. Gets a little bit aggressive. Ends up peeking down towards the B halls. Gets himself a shot. And Dabs almost picks one up through the smoke. That's going to be Cutler. And Nade comes out. Tarek only ends up taking 6 damage out of that thing. So it wasn't too bad. And Tarek's going to be able to work around with it. Not get caught yet. With CLG towards that A bomb site getting thwarted.
Yeah, I mean, they know Hayes likes to play that B platform kind of solo, so they put a lot of emphasis on him and took him down to get the early man advantage, and they've kind of funneled CLG back towards the A side of the map. Dabs has already spotted it and forced them back with that incendiary, and now we see CLG rerouting back to B, but they're going to run out of time to check a lot of these corners, and so Rix has a chance to maybe get a surprise kill here, and he does step out and find it.
Able to take down Finesse. He's going to drop a Molotov to try and prevent. Rush is able to take down Cutler. Only we're going to have Tarek left alive. Tarek goes down, so JDM last one left with the op in the halls. No time to be able to get into that bomb site and gunfight his way through. So he's going to be 1 versus 5. Saves his op. Will bail back towards spawn to just hang out and wait for the next round.
Indeed. So there you have it. Conquest going to win their first round, or excuse me, their second round of the hat, but their first straight up rifle round. Of course, they won pistol and got eco'd, so they've allowed CLG to kind of walk themselves back into this thing, but now they've seemingly shut the door in their face, or at least they hope. CLG does still have a full buy to work with this particular round to see if they can't make one last push towards ending this series in 2-0 and avoiding that third map. But so far, Conquest has looked pretty solid, so their map looks pretty likely.
Looks like Counterlogic Gaming wants to try and go fast out into the B bomb site. Only 1 player makes it. Good smokes come down. That prevents CLG from getting out very fast. Nobody is forcing the issue in the site, though. All the players from Conquest are pretty deep at this point. And Hayes going to get a ton of information up on this booth. Getting by Shazam, will grab Shazam, looking to find somebody else in the site, but Ricks comes out of the drop room, takes him down. Trades so far are even now. They're in favor of Counter Logic Gaming as Finesse makes this a 3-on-1, looking to find Daps. I believe he saw the barrel. No, he didn't see the barrel of the gun. Got his back turned. Daps in a great position here. Might be able to catch Finesse with the... Nope. Smoke goes down. That'll prevent Daps from being able to do anything. He's 1v3 right now. As CLG is going to take a round away from Conquest, or so far it looks that way.
Yeah, I mean, Hayes and Tarek doing their job on the entries on the B-bomb side. We've seen JDM and Finesse be able to clean up a couple as well, and they will get this round. They will hold Conquest off, and certainly not a moment too soon. You know, one more round they concede, and that's Conquest putting this thing to map point. So they just need to, they can't afford any more mistakes if they want to win this thing in regulation and try to make that comeback happen.
This will be a 9th round that they're about to get right here. Finesse has to be careful. He doesn't want to drop his gun, and he won't drop that rifle. Ends up taking Daps down. Will not let Daps save for the next round. And we're going to go into 24 with Counter Logic Gaming getting closer.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting ever so much closer, as you said, to closing the gap and making this map competitive despite having such a rough first half. I mean, Ricks is already up to 30 kills after all. He's really had a great game, not too far behind with 20. Daps even at 16. So Daps overall has been fragging, you know, a bit better than usual in this particular series. And that's good because they need everyone producing, and they surely are. But CLG, again, going for that quick Skyfall B split here, and they are making it work. Tarek grabbing both the entries thus far. They're making it happen.
That's me now taking down Tarek, but Finesse goes on the trade. Cutler steps out, able to take down Daps. So only Ricks will be left alive here. And it's going to be CLG bringing this within 4 rounds. And so far, both teams struggling here from the CT side. And
right.
CLG looking pretty decent, though, on T now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Conquest has shown me a bit more in their CT side with that one rifle round that they won than CLG was ever really to do, especially holding that B side of the map. But we also have to take into account that Conquest was on a save this round, which certainly helped CLG out. Conquest should be able to fully buy up next round, I would think. I mean, they're getting 1,900 in. Yeah, a lot of them are at 3K, closer to 4,000 even. So they should be fine for next round. But we'll just see if they can fit in a couple of more here to close this thing out. I mean, we know they came up with the comeback effort on Train, but couldn't close out that game despite the great effort. Can they do it here with the lead?
Ricks is able to get one, but JDM trades him out, so Ricks not able to get a gun that he had dropped. And that'll be within 4. Conquest lead is slipping away here. This is looking like we're going to come down to the final round of regulation here. We're only in round 25. But, I mean, buyout coming from Conquest. And if CLG keeps this momentum going this direction, I think we're going to hit round 30 before we finally find a winner for this.
Yeah, I mean, this will kind of be Conquest's next big chance. We have seen them be able to hold B in the past. Rick's had a pretty good round on the long B platform, and he's had an overall really good game just in general. And this will be kind of his next opportunity here to deal with that, as CLG are opening up default. Hayes, or excuse me, no, Tarek's going to be alone over at B. The rest are staging over in the A area. These are going to go up against Shazam, but without his op. He's just got an M4 in his hands. Not that he can't put that to use as well, but a little bit weaker on the impact there. CLG just sending Tarek out there alone, trying to keep people in the site at B while they work this A side of the map.
Yeah, Tarek's going to be trying to go through the window at the drop, though. He makes a lot of noise. Rush right down below him. Easily picks that shot up. And we are already Conquest with a grip of information now. They've already pushed somebody through the B halls. They know that nobody is left at B, so they should be able to re-up. There it is. Full rotate's going to be coming towards A.
This is like the nightmare scenario for CLG to have Ricks have made this flank up B and got all this information. And now they're in a really tight spot. They just got to hit some really cool shots or something to grab this one.
Ooh, Daps. But Ricks ends up going all the way through the halls, catches Cutler from behind, and man, they have a good stranglehold on this. They know where the T's are coming from. It's going to be up to CLG here to hit some impressive shots. And Hayes just started out and makes it a 4-on-3, but lots of damage done to Hayes. Daps is right there. There goes the bomb. It drops down. Only one player left alive. That is going to be JDM, and he ends up going down. So Conquest will secure themselves that 15th round and guarantee at least overtime on map number 2.
Yeah, I mean, big job there from Conquest, and it was just Tarek getting caught at the Skyfall with no picks. Rush being on top of that. Rush also rotating around for a couple more frags there at the end. And the other big story was, of course, this Ricks being able to get that flank up long B after Tarek went down and getting a surprise kill even on someone at the mid slope. And those two, moments there really just kind of solidified the round for Conquest. And now they're at map point. CLG needs to win 5 in a row to force an overtime. And as well as Conquest has been playing, I think that's going to be a bit too much for him, but we'll see what they can do.
CLG's going to force this towards that B bomb site. So far, having some luck, but even trade out happening. It's going to be a 3-on-3 now. But already, look at Riggs. Once again, huge play coming out. JDM off Shazam, so Riggs has to be careful here. I don't think he's made any noise. I don't think they know about it, so it's going to be up to JDM. Try and pick this up. Tarek's on fire, and JDM is looking in that direction. So Riggs not able to get a good flank off there, and that will be Counter Logic Gaming preventing Conquest from taking this map home to the tune of a 16-10. I mean, that's an 11th round for CLG.
Yeah, just good awareness there from JDM to realize that Riggs is that long B player, and they hadn't spotted him. So they were like, okay, maybe he's sitting there, and JDM kept his eyes on it and picked it up. So well done there for him, but CLG still need to win 4 more in a row. Now, they will be aided by the fact that Conquest need to take a save this round, so that'll put them at 12, hopefully. And then from there, though, they still need to win 3 in a row to actually force this into overtime. So it's still going to be a little bit hard to deal with, but it's not a crazy impossible task. That's not too shabby to get 3. So we'll see what they can do here as they come out the Long B platform yet again and clean up the frags so far.
It's going to be a big 4-man stack, or 5-man technically, because that player was the fast rotate from the drop. And it's getting blown up right here. Counter Logic Gaming gets themselves a 12th round off of an eco from Conquest with a stack over towards the B-bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, now it's just, we got to wonder, can Conquest close? I mean, they've been able to play a lot of teams close in this tournament, including some big games against CLG that went the distance on all 3 maps, in fact. But they could only close out one of those 3 maps, and that's why they're here in the lower bracket final instead of the grand final. This is another big moment where they have a close game on their hands. They couldn't close out the close game on Train. Can they close this one out to force the 3rd map? That's going to be the real question. Now, again, they're saving up a 2nd round in a row. Not a bad idea. Trying to save up the money. But look at this. Rick sneaking her in. Grabs 1, but he's going to be limited to just that 1. And so CLG have a good advantage here.
Yeah, they're going to be evened up 4-4, though. And, ooh, Tarek's going to get a ton of information. I don't know if that player heard him. That's inside that bomb site. I don't think Shazam did, but Tarek could peek out over the top of the balcony and take down Shazam. He's only got a swag 7 right now, and he's in a tough spot. He's going to try and push up. Finesse will spot him. They know he's there. They just got to find him, and they are going to catch him, so he's in trouble. Tarek does get him. Tarek has to be careful here. Here comes the flank attempts coming out from the Conquest players. He's looking to find Rush, but Rush ends up picking him up. So Finesse gets himself in a good position. Looking. Rush beats out from him. Takes Rush down. Gets a 2nd. Can he make it a 3rd? And he will. Finesse gets 4 on the round. That's going to be CLG bringing this within 2 now as we hit round 29.
And I mean, this is the Conquest big chance to close it here. They've double saved. They've gotten full economy here. They have Shazam. He should be able to afford the op if he wants it. Everyone else is going to be on full utility and armor and silenced and force and all that good stuff. So this is, they can put up the good defense. I mean, they have all they could ever want to try to do so. If they lose this round, though, they actually won't have much to work with, though, as CLG goes for the actual OT round. So this is their big chance, and that does get 1.
So now does get 1. Riggs is able to get 1 also. So the aggressive plays come out from Riggs are working. Rush will collect Cutler. Does he get traded out? No. Not yet. JDM's going to be in a position to get Riggs. Hayes finds Daps. We're even 2-on-2 now. JDM got the yomp out. He's going to be looking. He's got 2 CTs right in that direction. Hayes has to be very careful here to not get picked up. Low on HP. Already somebody in the window behind him. Got to be careful. That nade will finish him. And, yep, there it goes. Shazam takes down Hayes. So JDM with the op in hand. Can he get himself the 2K clutch here to win this round for his team?
I don't know, man. This looking like we might see a 3rd map unless JDM comes up big. Rush is going to be right here on the rock. JDM going to be edging around on him. He does spot him behind the rock.
Oh,
no! The action from Rush. Oh, my goodness. I thought JDM would be able to at least get that one and put himself in a 1v1, but not going to be a case. And so finally, for the 2nd time today, out of, I guess, the 4 maps they've played, they're able to close out a close game over there on the Conquest side of things. They will, in fact, force that 3rd map, which will, in fact, be Mirage. Now, by all accounts, this should be a huge advantage for CLG, given the map we're about to see. But you got to give some credit to Conquest for even forcing it to go this far. And they played well on Train. It wasn't quite enough, but they did their job on Kava to close it out. And so we are going to see Mirage play today.
Most definitely. So now what we're going to do, guys, while we're waiting for everyone to get into the server and get readied up, I'm assuming they're going to go on a break. We're going to go on a real quick break. We're going to throw it to some commercials. We'll be right back once all the players are in the server, readied up, and going into the pistol round. We will bring this thing live.
WD Black Performance Storage represents a new breakthrough. Designed specifically with content creators, gamers, DIY system builders, and creative professionals in mind. WD Black's stable track technology reduces vibrations so you can create more. And it's backed by an industry-leading 5-year warranty. WD Black Performance Storage. Higher capacities, more possibilities.
Disconnected.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational. I'm misled. With me is Just Moret, and we are bringing you map number 3, Conquest Gaming versus Counterlogic Gaming. And since it's map number 3, it is a knife for sides. That's what you guys are seeing now.
Right.
Winner of this thing is going to be able to get their side choice.
Right, and as we watch the knife round unfold here, just to talk a little bit about this map, Conquest, not the best record on it. I think 1-3 overall as a unit of 5, including a loss to CLG, and that comes mostly from the CEVO Pro League. When you look over at CLG, historically very well known for this map. They've had some wins at times over some big teams, even like Fnatic at one of the big tournaments at ESL, and they've just always been very comfortable on this map in the NA scene. But they have had a couple of recent losses to Luminosity on 2 occasions, as well as a loss to Liquid recently as well. So I guess in recent times they have struggled, but you definitely think they're the more comfortable team on this map overall, on both sides of the map, in fact. So by all accounts, this should be a CLG map and a 2-1 series for them. But, I mean, we'll see if Conquest can challenge them. They've played them close in 2 maps and won one already. So just maybe they can show us something here.
Now, we'll have to see what happens, but Conquest is going to get their side choice up across the top. That is incorrect. Counterlogic Gaming will be your T-sided team. Conquest will be your CT-sided team as they won the knife round. That's got to bode well if you're Conquest. You get to start out on the advantageous side here. Right. But, I mean, CLG does have a good T-side on this map.
Yeah, I mean, they're a very mid-control oriented team rather than a very heavy side execute team. Like, you know, a lot of teams like to just do the smoke wall, A-hits type stuff, but CLG is definitely more of the Fnatic style where they like to do that mid-control. You know, they like to play mid. They actually send Tarek, funny enough, Palace or A ramp at A by himself. So that's kind of a lurker's position. You know, Tarek's an entry fragger, but they do that because they love to run those A splits up the connector. And so basically what I'm getting at here is that on this half where CLG starts on the Terra side, when the gun rounds start at least, it's going to be up to Shazam and company to try to contest this mid and see if they can't disrupt CLG. If you allow them that mid control, they can do a lot with it, whether it be splitting the A side or even taking some upper B hits up cat as well. So we'll just have to see how those matchups play out.
Yeah, so now we're just waiting for the 3 remaining players to get readied up after that knife round to get this thing started so we can finish this this 3rd, 4th place series between these 2 teams. Find out, because this is do or die. Whoever wins this map will end up getting 3rd place. Loser will get 4th place. Then we will go into our championship best of 3 here at the iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational, which is actually going to be Liquid versus Luminosity Gaming, and that's should be
awesome.
That's going to be a good matchup there. And we even
that's a rematch of the PGL North American Finals from just a few days ago. So that's going to be really cool to see those 2 go head-to-head again in the finals. And remember, the winner of this map right here takes home $2,000. So loser takes home nothing but some experience. So a lot on the line here for these 2 teams. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, if you're CLG, you want to run away with this. You want to get that 3rd place. You want to get the cash. Same with Conquest, though. Both of these teams really want it. And like I said earlier before we started this, I could see this going to 3 maps, and we're on that 3rd map.
And it's for 2 different reasons. I mean, CLG's expected to win this and at least come up with the 3rd place. Whereas if Conquest can win this would be their biggest result thus far as a team under their new sponsor. So I'm sure they would love to have a good result under their belt, and this is their opportunity to do so.
So we're getting underway now. CLG T7 teams are going to try to work their way out balcony, and Rush gets some good damage off, but Tarek eventually takes him down, and Rix will get a trade out frag onto Cutler, so we're going to even 4-on-4 here, but the smoke wall from CLG is preventing Conquest from really being able to rush in here and get anything going in their favor.
Yeah, as we do see them, they didn't have the CT spawn smoke, so they decided to push it instead because they know the pressure's going to come from there, but Shazam catches both of those kills. That's really huge. Now it's up to Finesse and Hayes to hold off this retake, but they're already on the defuse and smokes up, and this is over.
Yep, they get the defuse off. Nothing Finesse and Hayes could have done about it. And that's going to be a CT side win for Conquest right off the bat.
Yeah, and again, it's just, you don't have as many smokes as you'd like to have on pistol round to do a really full execute, so you have to kind of leave CT spawn open, which means you have to put pressure on it because the retake's coming from there, and they lost that battle. Those 2 kills from Shazam, as well as Shazam's defusal, I mean, that was the round winner right there, just off that play alone. So good job there from him to get a good early start for his team, and now he'll take the M4 out mid and do a lot of damage to Cutler.
So Rush going to be playing aggressive down in connector, ends up taking down JDM and Cutler for his trouble. Doesn't get that much damage done to him. Finesse will finally answer with a frag of his own, though. But they know he's coming out of underpass. He tries to work it in. He's able to take down Rush, but Daps will end up ultimately collecting the frag on him with that Pro 90, and that's Conquest picking up that anti-eco.
Yeah, well done there. You know, Shazam and Rush combining for those frags up the mid and securing that second round. But CLG, they had that first round bomb plant. They played that last round pretty conservative on what they bought, so they're going to have the full rifle round. For the most part, they're pretty low on utility, and they even have Cutler on a Galil, but still definitely a formidable buy, as they will be gathering up for upper B, which is another thing they like to do besides their mid control is actually they do B hits quite often, more than most other teams, actually.
So, Counter Logic Gaming did get that bomb plant. They didn't buy up in the second round, so they got an early buy coming out here. It's going to be up to Conquest to hold on and not drop this one. Naplight with the jump peek there. Ends up getting a shot off onto Tarek. The nade will collect the kill, though, as Hayes gets one of his own. Shazam answers with an M4. Naplight with pistol in hand. Get himself the second frag on the round before Finesse trades him out, so it's up to Cutler and Finesse now. All CTs have rotated in direction of the B bomb site. They know Shazam is right there. They need to hit that shot. Finesse was all over him. Couldn't bring it home, though, as Rush turned this into a 3-on-1, and there goes Cutler. So Conquest will hold on and prevent CLG from getting the early buy victory.
Indeed, so that means that CLG will be back on a save, and this will give Conquest a chance to put this up to 4-0. So this has been a good start here from Conquest as they're looking to try to complete this upset. They took a map off of CLG on Cobble. That probably wasn't expected too much. And now they're on Mirage, another situation where they're a pretty heavy underdog considering the match history for these teams on this map. But they've opened up well. CLG on this save will line up the smokes and just try to take this A-bomb site and work in the bomb plant.
So pistols coming out here from Counter Logic Gaming. Oh, fail smoke drops there. That was not what they were going for. That was supposed to be an A-side smoke, and it looked like it should have been the one towards jungle. Or was it the CT spawn one? It looked like the angle was bad. No, jungle is down, though. So, yeah, that was probably the CT spawn smoke that failed. But Finesse does pick up a frag on the Ricks after they lose Tarek, and they are going to be able to get a bomb plant, so eventually a CT spawn smoke does come in. That's going to be the only smoke that they have left at the moment as they lose Finesse pushing down into CT. It's up to Hayes and Cutler to try and defend. Tons of damage goes out on Hayes. He drops out. Cutler gets taken out on Tetris also, and Conquest will make it 4-0.
Yeah, so, I mean, here it is, Conquest. They allow the bomb plant, so CLG happy with that. They're going to get the money for this next round, and here's where I expect CLG to go into more of their mid-control kind of default style. They tried the heavy upper B, hitting their opening gun round. It didn't quite pan out, so I assume they'll go back to kind of their bread and butter, which is kind of that default mid style. So we'll see JDM with the op in his hands as well, and here's going to be their first real look at trying to secure around, you know, full equipment. And so it'll be up to Shazam. He's actually only on the M4, though, so he probably won't challenge too much, but they're going to get aggressive. Look at this, Naf and Rush pushing up the left wall.
Shazam's grenade actually landed on his teammate's back there. I think that was Rush that it hit. Did some damage to him, and Hayes was able to capitalize off that and get himself the frag. But Cutler goes down. Ricks is played in the connector. He gets 2 out of that as Shazam will find Hayes and work it back into their advantage until we just lose Ricks right there. Well, using the E-box, Shazam stays alive from jungle. He gets the frag, and we're going to have JDM all by himself with an op in hand. He does have the bomb now, though, but he will be 1v2.
Yeah, I mean, that was CLG opening with their mid-control with Tarek lurking in A like they normally do, and it started off pretty well. They handled that initial mid-push effectively, but it was Ricks with that double kill inside connector, which really helped Conquest gain control back in this round, and now they have a 2 versus 1. They're on low HP, but JDM has just the op, and that's not necessarily the best weapon for this situation, but we'll see what he can do. He has no clue where they are, so he doesn't even really know what's safe to plant. He's got a lot of things to check and worry about. We'll see if he can get it done, though.
So JDM works all the way up in A. Daps and company have no idea. They're just banking that it should be A. They got that 50-50 chance, and they're going to sit there and try and hold on to this. But JDM does have some time to work with. Right around the corner will be Daps. Low on HP. Daps sees him. JDM tries to turn to get the shot off. But Daps a little too quick. Takes him down. That's 5-0 in favor of Conquest. So Conquest absolutely dominating their way through here on the CT side of things. 5-0, they're controlling these gun rounds. Even though CLG opens it up, gets a frag in their favor, they can't hold on. The trades start happening, and Conquest is just out-aiming right now.
Indeed. I mean, they're, like I said, even when they start low in that round right there with the initial mid-contest not panning out the way they wanted to, just a good recovery there from Rix, especially to bring that thing back. And now CLG still able to buy up a bit here, but JDM is just on a Tech 9, and they're just going to try to do a quick A hit this time. But Shazam, Rush, and Rix all in position to handle this.
But Ness does find himself a frag. He goes down eventually. JDM trying to push up onto Rix. He will get him. That's a gun secured for himself as the bomb is down in the A bomb site. He's going to use that flash to try and push out. Nafly completely blind. Doesn't collect the frag, though. Nafly will escape. Now they know exactly where JDM is. You know, he didn't leak back into that A bomb site. He dropped down into CT, so they can just cover his cross here. And JDM in a tough spot to try and get this bomb back.
Yeah, I mean, I think this round's pretty much lost, and Conquest about to go up in a big way, 6-0 here on this CT side. So CLG off to a rough start yet again, just like they were on Kabul, basically. They were off to a rough start that game as well. They brought it back close, but didn't quite get it, and now, again, they're going to have, you know, themselves tested, whether or not they can close the gap and make this competitive. As JDM has snuck around pretty well here to maybe grab a surprise kill on a player or two. Does spot Daps, looking to see if he can get some more information, but it gets caught there. Does find the frag, but a tough 1v2 on his hands.
Yeah, he's only down to 16 seconds at this point. He's going to be able to pick up a smoke, though, and smoke off jungle. That'll help. He just got to be careful not to go too wide, because there is going to be a little bit of seam on that. No, he's not even... no, he doesn't have time now. No, took too long, so he's going to have to just hold on to that M4 and save it out for the next round. And that'll be 6-0 in favor of Conquest. And so that is going to be a rough look here with Conquest now. Up 6-0. We're going to have CLG with not enough money to get a good buy out of this thing. And like I said earlier, Conquest looking so good with the trades. They're able to just rotate effectively and just outright outshoot CLG. And the struggle is real right now if you're CLG. Going into round 7, you haven't picked up a round. The only player with a rifle is going to be JDM. And he saved that from last round, so if CLG can come up big on an eco, eventually put this back in their favor, hopefully get some momentum going here, they need to at least, I would say in my opinion, get 5 to 6 rounds from the T side to really have a hope of switching over to CT and being able to hold this down.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to hope for a few more rounds here on the T side. We know this map does have a slight CT leaning to it, but it's definitely a map where if you're good on it, you can put up reasonably 6 rounds, maybe even more. If you play it right. So far, CLG being held off quite well. They're on just a force buy this round, trying to take the A side again.
Got no luck so far. Finesse does find a shot on the rush. That's going to be only one player down, and Rix is in position again from CT spawn, where he's played so many times. And Dabs will find 2 through the connector, and Tarek's in trouble. He goes down. JDM does get a bomb plant, but eventually falls to Rix, pushing up by Tollbooth. Here comes an easy defuse, and that's going to be 7-0 in favor of Conquest.
Yeah, and I mean, just everyone really playing well here, especially Rix in that mid connector. He has been holding off a lot of these hits. Shazam also doing really, really well here, 11-1, so he's done his job at the mid window. And now CLG, they're back onto a full buy. JDM back with the op in his hand, so I'd expect them to maybe go for their mid control again with Tarek in the Palace and just try to work that. You know, they were successful at holding off aggression last time they ran that. They just ran into trouble in the connector. So we'll see if they put faith in that, or if they decide to do something else, maybe more of a mid-upper B split, which seems what they're lining up for here with Tarek, with Finesse here at upper B.
Shazam trying to find one out in the middle. It looks like he legged Hazed right there. Able to get him through or at least got him through the corner of the box. Brings him all the way down to 17 HP, but not enough to get the frag. And CLG still at this point in round 8, hunting for their first round from the T side. They're not having any luck so far.
They get Cutler inside ladder room, so this is some good control that you can use. You can even fall back to a late A hit off of this, but they do have that bomb at upper B with Finesse. And CLG, like I said, is a team that hits upper B quite a lot, you know, more often than maybe most others, so that could be what they're lining up for as well. But there's like a double balcony set up here with Naf and Dap, so this is going to be tough to break through, but they're going to give it a shot.
Nafly going to be playing right here at the corner outside of the B apartments, and he just peeks out a little too wide, and Finesse finally checks the angle, takes him down. That's an entry into B. That's 2 entries now with Nafly and Daps on the way. There goes Shazam. Finesse with the quick hands on that shot. That'll be a 5-on-2 now with Rush and Rix, the last remaining players, and we already see Rush running away. And Rix getting pushed up on here, takes down Hazed, and he's able to get Tarek. So now they might try and force towards this one. If Rix could have got that shot, they would have had a good attempt to get into that bomb site. But now it's just Rush And he's going to be 1v3, and he's already committed to saving his rifle, and CLG finally picks up a round.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is off the back of Finesse. Catching Nap up close on upper B was so huge. And then getting that second entry as well. They knew Das was behind the van. They caught him out. And so that was a job well done from CLG to finally put a point on the board. Rush does take down a couple of guns, however, so he's forcing out a lot of rebuys, and CLG certainly is in a fragile spot where their money could be reset. So they need to be careful here to secure this round to avoid that from happening.
Yeah, having a reset happen right now would be absolutely horrendous if you're CLG. Conquest would love to do it to him, though. I mean, as you can see, Counterlogic Gaming, they had to force, or excuse me, Conquest ended up losing a ton of rebuys there at the end of that. I mean, the only person to survive was JDM.
And the mid-aggression out again here from Conquest, but they only get one frag out of it. Now they finally get a second. It's a 3-on-3, but the A-bomb site's a bit exposed. But oh my goodness, Shazam! What a shot on the tail.
Now we're going to have a 3-on-2 here inside that A bomb site. Oh, actually, it's a 3-on-1 because JDM's all by himself at A. Bomb is just now rotating in that direction. JDM's going to try and find a shot if he can on the CT players pushing up. He's full blind here. Napfly will take him down. And Finesse in a tough spot. 1v3 does have the bomb in his bag. And it looks like CLG is going to force that reset.
Yeah, Conquest rather is going to do that.
Yeah,
and
Conquest
so
will force it.
8-1 now for Conquest. A good chance for a 9-2 since CLG is pretty much going to be forced to either force buy or full save here. Maybe they get a couple of Tech 9s out on somebody. JDM does have the money to drop one. We do see Finesse picking up one, as well as Cutler. So they're going to put a little bit into this, but not a whole lot. 4 smokes, 5 smokes. So it looks like they're just going to try to blanket this A-bomb side again and try to force this bomb in.
So now with nothing but the smoke grenades, as Dust just said there, CLG is going to try and work. Well, they have the upgraded pistols, excuse me. Some of their players have armor too. They did spend some money into this round, actually quite a bit. The only one with anything left, realistically, is JDM at 2850. So they really need to get this round, and they're going to be going in 5 versus 3, as we're going to have a 4th man rotating off Catwalk right now. Rush took some damage, goes into 53 HP. But will it be enough for Counterlogic Gaming to get into the bomb site? They have to get a bomb plant here. Trying to use the smoke will be Finesse, and it looks like he's going to get it down. And we're going to have Conquest just playing on the retake now.
Yeah, I mean, the 5 smoke setup here from CLG does get them the bomb plant. Conquest playing the retake setup so far, been successful, getting all the kills. Hayes gets 1, but Conquest is beginning to clean it up. But Tarek and JDM, can they actually hold on here? Tarek now left alone, he will get caught. So the plant happens, but that's all they get out of it. But maybe that's enough as Conquest goes up now 9-1. CLG need to, in my eyes, win out at this point to really be comfortable and really have a chance to make the comeback here. But they need to at least find 3 or 4 more at the very least.
Yeah, 9-1. If you can win out, you're going to make that a 9-6. But that's every single round from here on out. And this buy that might be coming won't be a good one. And it's not going to be a buy at all. It's going to be a pistol upgrade with the players with a lot of money. I'm assuming buying body armor just to even out a little bit. Yeah, we see it come out from Finesse. We see it come out from JDM.
Hayes gets an up.
And apparently a UMP comes out from Hayes.
I mean, I guess it evens out the money. He had... No, not really. He's at $1,700 after that, so that's a weird one. Is it the Finesse?
Yeah, drops it over to Finesse. Tarek ends up eating a grenade, 60 damage right to his dome, and CLG's going to try and execute into B. They've had luck before one round, and so far even trades. Napfly gets 2, Tarek gets 2, and we're going to be 3-on-3. Bomb still has not been planted yet. Here comes the rotation from Conquest. Shazam got to be careful here. That T almost pushed through, and that one's going to be Tarek. But Shazam peeks out, takes down Finesse. That was so lightning quick. That gives enough time for the CTs to rotate over. Only Tarek left, takes a bunch of damage, and Rush will get the frag. Yeah. And just like that, CLG looked to try and secure a round at that B bomb site. Couldn't do it. Conquest up 10-1.
I mean, Tarek almost had some heroics there with a couple of kills and even picked up an M4, so you thought maybe he might make a little bit of magic happen there. But Shazam slipping in to get the bomb planter down, that was a big kill to get. I'll still Naf with a couple of frags that round. He's been rather quiet this half, but he hasn't had to do much because the rest of his team on the A and mid side have done so well. But he came with a couple of key frags that round to hold that save off on the B side, and now they're up 10-1. This is such a big lead that they have. They're looking for their first big result as a team. A 3rd place finish in this tournament, with it being so stacked with North American talent, would would be definitely a good first one to add to the resume. But let's see if they can finish it off here. They have a great start. They have CLG up against the ropes. Can they knock them out?
JDM going to be trying to work here. We're going to even 4-on-4 with guns up in the hands of Counter Logic Gaming. And so far, it's they've got it even right now. Oh, man. Finesse goes down to Shazam. As we have Tarek over at the A-bomb site. Trade out a frag and actually ends up taking down Ricks also, but JDM's got a launch over his back. He hits the shot on the Daps. And so far, this is the second round that they've had that looked like it could be a win for them, as Shazam will be the last one. And JDM hits the op shot through the corner of Connector. That's 2 rounds in their favor. But at this point, even if you win out, that's only 5 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be enough for CLG, though, to be honest. Like, I know they can have a good CT side on this match, so they're definitely not out of it, but Conquest has done such a good job. It's just that round, CLG finally got their mid-control working. They finally got Tarek out in the A-bomb site and getting a couple of kills and opening that up, and JDM certainly impressive with the op that round as well with his 2 kills, because he's had a rough half, and really the whole team has, but they stepped up that round. Can they string together a couple here? Don't want to get their money reset again.
Now we're going into CLG trying to grab themselves a 3rd round if they're able to. They got to get some opening frags here, and still the economy of Conquest looking very good. They can hold on, they can full buy, and they have done it. Hayes with a lot of damage done to him, down to 17 HP already.
Yeah, so they're once again mid-control here with Tarek lurking on the A side of the map, one of their entry fraggers, but he's playing point at A as they work up the connector, and they have gotten control of it. They have gotten here. So they have some good map control. They have some good positioning on CLG. Can they just overtake this site, though? Conquest playing real passive and trying to see if they can't win these duels once they come in the site.
Ooh, rush right there in jungle is able to take down Finesse as he works through the connector. And it's going to give them that 1-man advantage. They're going to boost Shazam up over the head of his teammate. He's going to be looking down. Daps finds a frag also. That's going to be bombed down. Actually gets picked back up by Hayes. And Shazam still op out. Hayes going to peek out, and Shazam takes him down. Daps will get one on the Cutler, so now all we have left is the op of JDM, and it looks like the reset is happening. And this will push us into round 14 with Conquest up 11-2 over CLG.
Yeah, that's in fact going to be the case here. So Conquest have put up a great CT side. If they can get up to like 12 or 13, I think that's going to be too much for CLG to recover from, especially if they lose pistol second half. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I know CLG can have some great CT sides, so they're not out of it. But I think Conquest is really, the way they've been playing this series overall, they've looked more impressive than CLG. And so I think they're going to get this. I think they're going to pull the upset and get the 3rd place finish and get a good result under their belts with this new sponsor.
Yeah, this is looking not too good for Counter Logic Gaming. Every map that we've gone through, they've just slowly, progressively got a little bit worse as we go on. And Conquest has just been getting better and better each map, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's really been off the bat. Like, Ricks has just really stood out for me as one of their entry fraggers. He's just been played so well this series. Shazam with the op. You know he has the capability. He's been showing that this series as well. And really everyone's played up to par. And they might just finish it off here. We'll see, as this round is already starting to look a little bit rough for CLG.
So we've already lost JDM, and well, no, they actually take down Gap. That's good for Hayes to make that happen. That gives them that 1-man advantage here. But Rick's been playing extremely lights out here from CT spawn. He does have a teammate with him this time. It's got to be Nafly as we have Shazam working out a window room towards jungle. And let's see if that op can pay some dividends here as the bomb finally makes its way into the site. I'm ticking down, and Hayes can't get Shazam somehow. Gets the dink on him, brings him down to 11 HP, but not enough to get the kill. But Tarek with the knob will even that out. That makes it a 3-on-2, and Ricks goes down to Cutler. Finesse will close it out. And that is going to be a 3rd round for Counter Logic Gaming now as we hit the final round of this half.
Yeah, Team Ace there from CLG, so everyone finally pitching in a little bit to get another round on the board. And actually, money's really low for Conquest now. Some of these rounds have been close. They've had to rebuy a good bit. So, funny enough, CLG have actually forced them onto a force buy the last round of the half to give them a good chance for a 4th round, which is certainly not what they wanted, but it might be just enough, especially if they can win pistol second half and close the gap early. They still do have a chance. And we'll see what they can do here, as they should have the advantage pretty heavy this round.
Yeah,
definitely.
Bait set up. They have guns in their hands, which gives them that advantage. But there's going to be 4 players from Conquest over here at the A bomb site stacked in that direction. So CLG trying to exercise a little bit more mid control this time with 2 players already up into the ladder room. And the other 2 are going to be working their way back down through underpass. And it looks like they want to try and turn this into some sort of a B hit, with Tarek going to be on the lurk here towards A to try and catch some rotators going back through connector.
Yeah, I mean, from this position, they usually like to just do an A split, but yeah, you're right. Tarek is probably just the lurk here, just to try to, keep these people on the A side as they try to work themselves up towards the B side. And Tarek has already found run frag here on the A. He's also spotted Dabs at the balcony, so he has the information, and he's causing the rotation that he wants. And so we do see CLG begin to pour out of upper B now, but Naf is still here with the scout. We'll see what he can do. Not much.
Not looking good, so they only have 1 left in that A bomb site, and that is going to be a good pickup coming from Cutler. So only 1 CT left alive. That's going to be Shazam. At this point, he's going to be 1 versus 5 bomb planted at the B bomb site. He's got a swag. Sees the first person on catwalk, and that's Cutler who takes him down. So CLG salvaged 4 rounds out of what was looking like it was going to be an absolute stomp fest.
Yeah, I mean, they won the last 3 out of 4 rounds, so maybe a little bit of momentum on their side now, that since they recovered a bit. Still, though, a great CT side from Conquest. There's no doubt about it. They really did a great job contesting CLG style of play, really doing well at mid, especially with Shazam and the window and Rick's at the connector. They really, played their part and limiting the amount of rounds CLG could get on that Terror side. And now the sides will flip, and we'll see if Conquest can close this game out, or CLG, can they win the pistol? Can they close the gap and make this a decent game? That's what we're going to be looking for as we head into the second half.
Yeah, so far Conquest on a roll, though. Let's see if they can get the pistol round out of this, get the 2 anti-ecos. They set themselves up well. All they need to do is worry about getting an initial gun round, and then everything is in their favor. Even if they start losing rounds at that point, they're so close to getting to that overtime/match victory that they can kind of take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit and just hang back and wait until their economy gets good to really force some good buys out.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to think about Conquest. I mean, I know that they had that hyper-aggressive style. They have 3 really aggressive riflers on their team. You think they're just going to be trying to run some faster tactics. That seems to be their trend of all the other maps that they play. So we'll see if that comes into effect and how well CLG defends. I mean, they have a good CT side with Cutler and Hayes on the A side. JDM playing your middle, and you got Finesse and Tarek playing over on B. They have the talent, certainly, to hold down these sites and give us a good CT side, but it's all about whether or not they can do it here and now to actually make the comeback and make sure they can at least secure 3rd place in this tournament.
So finally, all players are readied up into the server, and we're going to have second half starting now between Conquest and Counterlogic Gaming in your iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational. This is going to be the consolation finals here to find out who's going to get 3rd, who's going to get 4th. Remember, only one of these teams is going to get cash out of this, and I believe it was $2,000 for the team that actually wins this match.
That is correct, so not a bad prize to take for just a weekend of play. So we'll see if, in fact, CLG can make the comeback, or will Conquest get the upset? Will they get their big result that they've been, hoping for as they put this team together a few weeks ago? They've been working towards this for some time, and we'll see if they can finally get it done. As we do see Conquest staging up over here at A, pretty heavy 3 inside the Palace, 2 up A ramp. They're going to come in here pretty fast.
They're going to explode out of the Palace, and Hayes hits the first headshot on the rush, but Shazam will answer on to Cutler. That makes it an even 4-on-4 now, as all the CTs are so out of position here. Going to try and do a 4-man retake attempt, and Hayes will make it, give them that 1-player advantage. JDM's in the argument also, and Rex has got to get some more kills, but he can't do it, so it's all up to Daps now. And bomb not really planted for him, so he's got to come up big with a pretty huge hero play here. And smoke goes down in the way. They know exactly where he's at. He's able to take down the net. Can he get JDM? Not able to do it. And that is going to be CLG picking up the pistol from CT side.
So there you have it. A good start here for CLG, but the bomb plant comes in, so Conquest has the opportunity to put in an AK buy next round and challenge CLG early with that plant. You can see they're not buying too much into this. Just some upgraded pistols, no armor, only 1 smoke on rush. So that is definitely the idea, is to just buy up, fully next round. And so I think they just might try to do some type of mid to B split or something here. See if they can't get another bomb plant.
Conquest going to be trying to just work out mid with 2 players in that direction at the moment. Gun advantage will be for CLG, trying to start the comeback. And they're able to. I mean, Conquest is up by quite a few rounds right now. They're going to try and boost in the window. And JDM's right there, misses the scout shot. He gets Rick right in his face, hits 2 fast pistol shots. That's going to be Rix and Shazam both going down, and they still haven't taken JDM out. The bad part about this is the bomb got boosted up into the window, so it's now down in a place that's easily coverable by CLG.
Rush picks up the M4, but no chance to even use it as JDM finds him with the scout. That's 3 frags on the round. He's done well to prevent that whole window boost operation that Conquest was trying to implement there. He is low on HP, and Nap will finally clean him up. Pushes in and finds the final 2 frags, and that's a 6th round for CLG. They'll hope for 7, but Conquest will have the full buy this time around, so it's going to be a bit more difficult.
Now we're going to work into round 18, and Conquest, as Dust just said, will be able to get a buy off. Early buy incoming, and it's not a surprise here. CLG is going to be expecting that, considering Conquest did get that bomb plant. So you get it in the first 2 rounds. You don't spend a lot of money. You are buying a 3rd round.
So here it is as Conquest again loading up over towards upper B, but they've been pushing this underpass instead of really hitting the upper B side. We're going to have a double cat push as Finesse is going to get inside. Ladder, Tarek going to be pretty aggressive. So they've, thrown caution to the wind as far as covering their upper B for now. They're stacking up here, but Finesse will catch the kill on the Shazam. Conquest, knowing that 2 were cat, will just try to rush out of upper B, but Tarek has done well to hold them off a little bit.
Yeah, Tarek trying to defend here from the top of Catwalk. Looking back towards that bomb site. JDM does get the ball, or Daps gets the bomb plant, and Daps ends up going down. JDM
Naf.
is able to get 1, but Nafly grabs 2. Hayes finally trades him out, so it's going to be a 2-on-1 with Rix up in the B halls here. And Hayes looks out at him, so now Cutler does Cutler makes the spray, and Cutler will get it with the FAMAS. Able to grab himself an AK, gets on the defuse. And it's going to be a CLG holding off Conquest on the early buy.
That was pretty tense of a round, though, right? I mean, Naf made some key kills there to really make you think Conquest had a shot at it, but good recovery there from CLG to indeed close it out, move it to 7-11, force Conquest onto a force buy, and give them a chance to keep closing the gap on the scoreboard.
Now into 19 here. CLG with the gun advantage. Conquest is going to go from the T side with only upgraded pistols. Rix with body armor. Daps with head armor, actually. They have 2 smoke grenades and a flashbang between all of their teammates. They are going to try and get a set execute out. At least something to get into this bomb site and try and get some bomb money out of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the goal on their minds here with all these Tech 9s, and they're giving themselves a chance to win some close-range battles and maybe even win the round, but it's definitely just looking for the bomb plant, but CLG holding it off well.
Hayes and Cutler in that argument. Hayes already has 2. They know Daps is up on Tetris. There's going to be a push, and Tarek's able to take him down. So just Nafly left, works his way up the A stairs, goes down to Tarek. That will be an 8th round in favor of CLG now.
Indeed, so little by little, they begin to jump back into this game, and they have a real chance now to maybe even hold off the upset, but Conquest, they still have a little bit of a lead here. They do have a full buy on their hands this round. Their entry fraggers so far this series, and Rix and Rush have done pretty well. Shazam has also been playing out of his mind, and even Dats has been fragging better than expected. So they've put in a real team effort this series, but here's where it counts the most as they try to get out of mid. JDM with the Op Protector finds one, but Rush quick to trade it, so it isn't even 4-on-4.
JDM looking to find a second shot out of Connector. Couldn't quite wrangle that in. Ends up going down. So as Dust just said, it's going to be a 4-on-4 here with the CLG holding on 2 players at each bomb site. One will actually be rotating his way out of the B bomb site to favor a little bit more towards window. And Nafly might catch Hayes as he pushes down through A stairs. That's going to open up A. They're just going to collapse on the Cutler now. He gets the first one, but can't take down Nafly. And there's going to be 3 versus 2 as Finesse and Tarek go on to rotate towards A.
Yeah, and they are. Tarek is going to get smoked off here, and they are a man down. CLG trying to make this retake. Naf getting that catch on the Hayes was huge. He's also had a second frag on the round. Finesse getting caught by Rix hiding behind the box, and Tarek all alone in a 1 versus 3. And I think Conquest have done it here, man. I think they're going to get their first round of the half.
They do get the bomb planted. Tarek will be the last one left. He's in a tough spot here, as there's going to be 3 terrorists defending, and Rix is already ready for to catch a rotator, or to catch Tarek Tarek trying to go and save, and so he already hears, or excuse me, Shazam ends up hearing Tarek pushing away, and look at that. Rix knows it, heads up, already worked his way up catwalk into the B bomb site. Will catch Tarek trying to go on the save. Will not allow that M4 to be saved, and that'll be 12-8 now, with Conquest finally getting a T-set round.
I mean, this Conquest playing true to their hyper-aggressive nature and making it work to win that round, and CLG still money here to buy. There's a couple of guys low, though, so it's a situation where you're going to see a couple of FAMASs out in play. JDM has been dropped the op. Cutler will give it to him, and he'll pick up a FAMAS instead. Low utility as well on CLG when it comes to counter nades to hold these executes and make retakes happen, but JDM has the op out mid, but he's getting pressured off as this double cat push comes in.
Ooh, look at all this push coming from CLG here. They're able to shut down 3 out in mid, only losing Finesse, and that's going to leave Rix and Shazam alive. And so far, CLG is doing a good thing to try and blow up this Conquest buy round. Shazam does take down Cutler, but Hayes is quick to trade out Rix, and now they know exactly where Shazam is. He does have the bomb in his back. Fail flashbang comes out. Trying to get that up over the wall, and he's in a tough spot here. He's got lots of time to work with, but he is 1 versus 3 with JDM with an op, and Tarek and Hayes both with silent M4s at full HP apiece.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be rather impossible for him, to be quite frank, but we'll see if he can try to put it together as he does creep up the A-ramp with the op. We'll find a duel with JDM right off the bat and loses it. And I mean, that was just a cool push there from CLG. They're definitely a team that's known to get aggressive on the CT side a time or two. More prevalent on Cash, but they do it on Mirage as well. And that double cat push was big because it got some frags and it relieved the pressure off of JDM to allow him to re-peek that window and get a frag as well. So that was a big combination to get a round back, and in fact force Conquest onto another force buy. So CLG, they're fighting back here. They want this 3rd place finish.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to drop out of this. They don't want to just concede this easily to Conquest, and it's nice seeing them battle back out of this, because first half was extremely rough until they were able to get some rounds in their favor. And Conquest is going to be going full tilt towards the B bomb site. Finesse is still at the white van. It'll be a mop up. Tarek gets the initial 3, and then we have Finesse and JDM coming in to get the other 2 frags. That'll be Counter Logic Gaming bringing this back within 2.
Yeah, so they win that anti-eco, so to speak, to make it now 10-12. Still in Conquest's favor, but they're starting to run out of steam, it seems like. I mean, they've only found 1 round this half, in fact. But it was a straight-up rifle round, so they have that going for them. They've proven they can win around on this T side with guns in their hands, and they will stage up for what looks like a really heavy A hit. They have a lot of smokes, a couple of Molotovs as well to clear out some spots, so they're just going to go for it here.
Trying to enter into that bomb site. They have good smokes down towards A. A little bit of a miscue on one of those smokes, though. It didn't quite land where it wanted to at jungle. That allows Hayes to push his way up and get a nice seam here. He can't take down Rush, though. Rush uses that seam against him. But an even trade out, gonna make it 4-on-4 until JDM gets another one on Daps and a 3rd onto Nafly now. The bomb isn't get planted. He's gotta watch out for Rush. Tries to jump away from him. Won't make it happen, so we're going to have a 2-on-1 now with Rush, low on HP, down in Sandwich. And he's going to use this smoke to try and rotate across, but he's going to get caught out in the open, and Finesse will get him. And a good job by JDM to get himself a 3K. Finesse has a kit, easily gets onto the bomb, and Finesse should be running back over towards Connector to grab that op, and yep, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, that was just really big from JDM in the jungle to get those 3 kills with the op uncontested. I mean, he didn't get traded out for a while there, so that was a big play. And even Cutler picking up that op and getting a couple of kills that round. And kind of crazy to see that double op setup. I mean, it's not crazy to see it in the sense that CLG runs it, but usually it's kind of Tarek playing with the secondary op. But instead, it has been Cutler. And funny, Cutler used to be the opper for this team long ago, if you'll remember, before they picked up JDM the original time. It was, in fact, Cutler being an opper for the team, so he knows how to use it. We'll see if he can get any more out of it.
All those nades going out through mid, trying to take down JDM in window. Not able to get anything. They bring him down to 22 HP. They take down Cutler. They take down Hazed, but it's still going to be a 3-on-3. Daps does have an op in his hands. Rix with 8 HP and Nafly at 39. And JDM is ready for Daps. And is Daps ready for him? No, he is not. That makes it a 3-on-2 now in favor of CLG.
I mean, Daps had a sight. He was just trying to, hold off the retake so Conquest would have enough time to bring this bomb in, but he falls down. And so CLG has a man advantage. But they do have a couple of low HP players, but now it's all up to Naf.
Naf can be all by himself, 1v3. He does JDM, Tarek, and Finesse all low on HP at the moment, but he's low himself. And he's going to throw that smoke down. They're going to have an idea now that he should be somewhere near that A bomb site. He's got to worry about CT. Finesse is just holding on. Here comes the rotates. We're actually going to have JDM work his way up through CT. Finesse is right there. He goes down. Nafly's going to go on the peak again, but JDM is there. And Tarek will work his way up through the connector. Nafly fakes the plant. Got to look up top for Tarek, but time is running out. He's able to take down JDM. This can be a 1 versus 3 clutch with both of these players extremely low now. Tarek down to 8 HP. Naf down to 17. Smoke is going to come out and a flashbang. Naf's going to go put the bomb down. Tarek has no idea thanks to the smoke that he threw, covering up the sound of that. So Nafly puts himself in the back corner of Firebox.
This is such a tense round. Naf has really done such a great job to even get himself in a winnable situation as he was in a 1 versus 3. But can he finish off the clutch and hold off the tie from CLG? Tarek checking all the corners, rushing into the circle, grab it. Oh, man. What a tense round, though, Luca. That's one of those rounds that just gets the blood flowing, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Just gets you off your seat a little bit there.
Nonetheless.
I literally got up a little bit off my seat when that happened. But, oh, man. The CLG ties it up. And this has been a great consolidation final, to be quite honest. Like, the grand final is going to have a run for its money to top how exciting this one has been.
So now we're going to work our way into round 25 with the game fully tied up here between these two teams. Maybe 12-12 at this point. And let's see what Counter Logic Gaming put together here. Rix opens it up against Hazed. CLG would like to win another one, take the lead back from Conquest. And we were looking like this one was probably going to be done. We didn't think CLG was going to mount the comeback. And they thoroughly have now from the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, they've made this game, despite having a tough CT side on their own right, or T-sided rather, that they've been able to string together the rounds on their CT side, and they've made this such an exciting game on our hands. And Conquest, they're still in it, though. They have a full buy. They're also in this same type situation CLG is in. We just have to see if they can come up with a little bit more here to pull off this upset.
So JDM with the op in his hands. They're going to be one man down now. Counter Logic Gaming, that is. As Hazed out of the way, but Conquest slowing this thing down. They're working back towards the A ramp. And they have 2 players there already. They have that number 5 man. Shazam working his way up. They get an angle on to Tarek. Tarek gets caught out, but JDM fast with the op again. That juggle hits a leg shot. That player up in the ladder room should be able to get picked up here. And no, not yet. JDM actually drops out. Color gets down on top. Color lands on the head of Nafly, trying to string that into 2 on the Daps. But JDM still worried about where Rix is. And Rix finally peeks out, gets picked up by Finesse. We have a 2-on-1 now with Shazam playing from the A ramp. With the op in his hands. They don't know where he's at yet, but JDM's going to take a peek towards it. And yeah, JDM ends up going down to Shazam. Can Finesse get into the bomb site? We'll get there. Shazam looking for him, but the bomb is going to be planted for Shazam with that op. What can Finesse do? Not a lot of utility here. Throws a flashbang and Shazam hits the shot anyways. That's going to be Conquest going up by a round.
Yeah, that was such a tense round, man, the way that was playing out. Cutler played it so patient on the balcony. Didn't really unfold the way he wanted to, though. He only got 1 kill out of it. Finesse got a couple, made it close there, but got in that 1v1 with Shazam and couldn't quite finish the job. And so Conquest had taken the lead back. They've put CLG onto a save, so a great opportunity here to move closer to the W. But you got to know that CLG, when they can buy back next round, they're going to be right back fighting. And this has been a really scrappy game, to be quite honest with you. So it's really hard to tell who's going to get it. But for now, Conquest has the advantage as they begin to work this mid-A split again.
Cutler pushing up in mid, though. Rush is going to be able to pick that up. They got to be careful here in Connector because they already have Rush right on top of the 2 Connector players. That was going to be, who was that? That was, I believe that was Finesse and Hazed, both there. But they're going to be on an Eco. Counter Logic Gaming a little bit in trouble with this pistols coming out as Conquest working their way towards the B bomb site. 5 men strong. They're going to be able to get into the bomb site easily. No one there to defend. They should get a bomb plant. It's going to be really hard for Counter Logic Gaming to work their way back into B and get the frags that they need and get a defuse.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they kind of just have to hope they can catch some exits and grab some guns for the next round because their money, you know, was reset. So they're only going to get $1,900 next round. And there are some guys like Hayes and Cutler just at $1,450. So even when they pull off the buy next round, it's going to be a real tight one. So to see if they can ease that a little bit, they're going to see if they can't pick up a couple of guns here. And Finesse has spotted out Shazam and done some damage.
Finesse trying to grab another one, not able to do it. And that's just going to leave JDM left alive 1v5. Can't get there in time. So that'll be 14-12 in favor of Conquest. And CLG gonna have to go into the buy this next round to prevent Conquest from making it to match point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be not the best buy. I mean, there you have it. Cutler with the FAMAS, same with Hayes. Still going to be afforded for JDM, so he's going to have the weapon he needs to have his maximum impact. And we know we've seen him have some pretty big rounds on this CT side. So they need to get a lot more out of him, though, because they are 2 rounds down. They pretty much are fully invested into this. This is their last chance. They will have nothing to work with if Conquest wins this round and when they actually go for the W. So this is it. CLG need to find the round victory here to stay in this game.
Gonna be 5-on-5 into round 27. Conquest with a huge advantage here. All they have to do is grab this one round. That's gonna put them on match point because this is do or die. It's map number 3 between these guys. So whoever is able to win this one will lock up that 3rd place and get the cash prize in your iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational. Tarek does open it up for his team, able to take down Ricks, getting some piercing damage there in the ladder room, trying to find Rush, who's right below the window. Get some damage off onto him, brings him all the way down to 52 HP. It might not be enough just yet, as Conquest working back towards that A bomb site. There's going to be 3 CTs to contend with, but JDM taking down Nafly as he works up the ramp. That is going to help out a ton. Shazam tried to trade the frag up, but he won't get it as Hayes takes down Rush.
No.
JDM with another. So counterlock looking to try to come back into this one with Hayes and the FAMAS will get it. And CLG comes back only down by a round now.
So, I mean, that was Conquest's chance to shut the door on CLG and get this upset victory, but not going to happen. The resilience of CLG, the pressure is mounting, and they are rising to the occasion. JDM would get another good round with that op. Shazam, you know, he's had a good game overall and a good series overall even, but here in these last couple of rounds, JDM has been able to best him in some of these duels, and that's really helped keep CLG in the game. As still both teams fully bought out, still a chance for Conquest to put this to map point. And, you know, we'll see. Shazam finally wins that duel against JDM at mid.
Yeah, Shazam taking that down. That's going to help out a lot. With the on duel, Finesse going to try and push through the smoke. He's going to catch Terrorist. Only gets one of the frags, though. Or Daps trades him out. That's going to be bad. They're going to be down a man now. They have to rotate towards this B bomb site as the bomb with Conquest is working that way. Now they're even. Tarek's got to be careful. He's got 2 terrorists moving up over the top of him. There's a drop of smoke down. There's already one inside the bomb site. That is going to be Rush who gets the frag, but Cutler worked all the way out through the window. One hits the shot on the white van player. Knows Rush is in the sight. Rush is looking all around for his teammate. Tries to get to a better position. Shazam does take down Cutler, and Hayes will be the last man left standing here. It'll be 1v2. Rush peeks down and takes Hayes down. That's Conquest going to match point now as we hit round 29.
And now CLG, I mean, their money was reset right there again, so look at them. They don't have a whole lot to work with. Of course, they'll force up what they can, but it's just a couple of FAMASs and M4. JDM just on an upgraded pistol, so they don't have much to work with. In Conquest, they could really do it here. They could really pull the upset and get that big result for the first time with this lineup. Rush and Shazam doing so much work that last round in B for Rush, and Shazam dictating the pace at mid with the op. That was big, but CLG, this is their chance, and they win 2 in a row to force overtime. Can they do it? Hayes going to risk it all with the push through the smoke into the A ramp.
Well, he's going to try to push down, but Rush is there waiting for him. That gives them that 5-4 advantage. And already CLG in trouble here. They only have 2 FAMASs, a silent M4, and the 5-7 on the board now. And Conquest looking to try and wrap this one up. They do not want to go to the final round of regulation here. They want to be able to win this thing, collect that $2 grand, and get a huge upset victory over CLG.
That's exactly what they're hoping for here as they gear up over on the A bomb. Trying to see the aggression from JDM. He does find a kill, which means he can pick up a gun, but he's being fired off. He can't come assist his team just yet, but he's still alive and still posing a threat. And look at this. This is so insane.
We've worked this down to a 2-on-1 here. Rick's in trouble, gets pushed up on, and somehow Counter Logic Gaming will win that round, and they end up forcing this into the final round of regulation. They do not want to die. They don't want to give up, man. They are fighting this one all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, they just hold off that A hit. Conquest looked like they might have it. Rush got that initial kill on the Hayes. They had the man advantage there, and they were working into A. The trades were going off, but CLG just a bit better there. Found just a little bit more in their bag of tricks to make sure they can stay in this game. But now can they come full circle? Can they put this into overtime? Can they overcome the adversity? And I think they will be aided by the fact that Conquest doesn't have a whole lot to work with here. Just a couple of Tech 9s and a couple of AKs. Not a whole lot of nades to work with either for a real execute. So it's just going to come down to these gun battles and the aggression from CLG coming at mid.
And Daps is able to pick up one. That's JDM who goes down out of mid. So now Conquest at the disadvantage here gun-wise as Counterlaunch Gaming is trying to tie this thing up, but Daps is going to force up. Catwalk, does he take him down? No, Rush ends up hitting it, so it wasn't a complete fail there, but he gets some good positioning, working his way into the ladder room, almost able to take down Tarek. We're going to be 4-on-3 now with the bomb planted at that B bomb site. It's going to be up to Cutler, Tarek, and Hayes to get into this bomb site and get the defuse and the frags that they need. Hayes will take down Daps. They even it out 3-on-3 battle now. Cutler already up into the bomb site. He's able to take down Napfly. Rush takes down Hayes though. Tarek's going to be up there. Tarek goes down one-on-one battle to find out if someone's going to win or we're going to overtime. And Rush peeks out on the color and he gets it. Conquest will take down Counter Logic Gaming 16-14 and get the third place finish.
Yeah, that quad kill from Rush was big, but you have to give some credit there to Daps coming up mid, getting that initial pick with the Tech 9 and damaging that Cat player to give, Rush an assist on one of his 4 frags. That was a big play from him up the mid, countering that CLG aggression. And just through and through, this team has played so well in this particular series. I mean, the guys you expect to play well, like Rick Staff and Rush, all 3 of those guys performed in their rifling roles. Shazam, overall with the op, was playing well. And even Daps was fragging better than average. I mean, he's their in-game leader, so you don't expect him to contribute much in the fragging department in comparison to the rest. But he was right up there with most of the team throughout the entire series, throughout all 3 of the maps. So just an all-in-all great team effort from Conquest, and they get their first big result as a team by, overcoming CLG, upsetting them in this tournament to win the $2,000 and get the 3rd place. What a great consolidation final that was, man.
Yeah, that was an amazing game between those 2 teams, and Conquest pulling it out somehow. But, man, my hat is off to both teams again. CLG playing very well. Just when you think they're out of it, they don't give up, and they keep fighting. And, I mean, Conquest pulling a pretty large upset victory over CLG, who was the favorite. But remember, guys, that's not going to do it for us. We still have the grand finals for the iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational coming up. That is going to be Luminosity Gaming versus Team Liquid. Should be coming up after this. But before we go to a break, guys, we want to remind you about the iBUYPOWER giveaway. That is going to be iBUYPOWER.com/giveaway. Make sure you, should be throwing it up on the screen here shortly for you guys, but make sure you get on there, you check that out, get entered in that. Grand prize is an awesome full gaming setup, everything you need besides a mouse at that point, headset, a full gaming rig, anything that you need. A keyboard is going to be involved in that. 2nd place is a full gaming laptop. You can see it pictured up there. And of course, 3rd place is going to be 2 different power supplies and some other goodies. So make sure you guys get on there, iBUYPOWER.com/giveaway. Get yourself entered because you only have a few hours left to get in on that contest, and it's 100% free. All you got to do is do some likes, do some follows, and you are entered into that thing. So get on there and get it done. But we're going to go on a quick break, run some commercials, and when we come back, we will be getting into picks and bans between your grand finalist. That is going to be Luminosity Gaming versus Team Liquid. We'll be back very shortly, guys. Enjoy the break.